of steel, a giant stands, a mech with heavy man's commands, each step a quake, a thunderous might, eyes aglow in the endless night, a taint beneath, dark and vast, power fierce, shadows cast, a mighty taint beneath its core, a warrior spirit, ancient lore. Welcome Tainted, a lace-up tunic or medieval hoodie. Welcome Tainted, let's talk about color, or should we? Welcome Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock! Welcome Tainted, the betting of your fun hole rocks. Welcome Tainted, enjoy the chronicles of Darth Sock. Welcome Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock!
All right. Thanks for joining us for Think Outside the Blocks, your weekly official Brickworld live stream where we talk to you about thinking outside the perceived rigidity of the LEGO medium and also thinking outside of your mental blocks. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Mark Larson, Chief Brick Officer of Brickworld, and this guy over here, the guy on my left, Mr. Ben Hauger, Z Cerberus. How you doing this week, sir?
Oh, it's been a week again, Mark.
Has it?
Yes, we can't get a break, Mark. We cannot get a break.
Now what happened?
Well, here, bring up the show run.
Okay.
I had a sinus infection at the end of the week.
Okay.
I was also coerced, beginning with C. We just had this letter a couple weeks ago, but we have it again, into coaching flag football again.
Okay.
The first practice of which went from 5:15 to 6:30 tonight, and I had to drop off a kid and go pick up my shouldn't eat at McDonald's dinner. For that, I also got a haircut. So cuts and coughs for me this week.
Cuts and coughs
totally ruined my ability to do a lot of my normal LEGO things. However, I did get a little bit done on the project, and I definitely got to the CMWTF topic that we'll be talking about fourth today.
Yeah, it was a little bit more work than I expected. I was like, let's do something funny. And I was like, damn, I'm still working on this.
Yeah.
But the Vikings won.
They did, and so did the Bears.
So did the Bears.
Mr. Caleb Williams won his first game, even though he played absolutely terribly. Mm-hmm. They still won anyway.
The entire offense played terribly.
Yes,
but,
a little bit of defense.
It's the Bears. Yeah.
It's the Bears. So I've got the Vikings hat on today, not so much because I'm excited for the Vikings, but, so they could identify me at practice as a coach for NFL flag football. So that was my coughs and cuts week. How about you, Mark? Do you have any coughs or cuts to tell us about your week?
Just want to clarify for everyone that every team in Ben's league is the Vikings.
That's true. Every single one.
And we got a question here to follow up on before we move on. Is your son or daughter in flag football, or is it both?
It's my son. Yesterday, let me tell you about yesterday. So even though I had a sinus infection, which really knocked me off my feet, it was, of course, the worst time. I got it Friday. I was at work. It'd been kind of slightly brewing for a couple days, but I could tell I was like really getting it. So if you hear me cough a little tonight, I'm fine. That's what it is. But Saturday, Miles had a soccer game at 9. Mara had a soccer game at 10:15.
Jeez.
And Miles had a barbecue to go to. Mara had a friend's house to go to. Then Mara had a carnival to go to. Miles had a birthday party to go to. And then we went back to the barbecue after that. So I was basically out of the house. I don't know. After finally waking up, I wasn't at home at all yesterday. So I was pretty crazy. But that's kind of how it goes. So it is just Miles in flag football. It is both of them in soccer.
We've got a lot of comments here tonight. So one of them really caught my eye. I just want to bring this up that Pink Wheels is talking about. Just had a kickoff meeting for folks that want to build a new Hashima. Made 39 of 90 planned water tile plates. How long is it until Brickworld 2025? Well, that's exciting. That's very exciting to see new Hashima again.
New
Ben,
Hashima. Yeah.
what's our collaborative waiting for? I haven't checked in for a while. I think 6 weeks ago I said I was going to make a sketch over the weekend and haven't had the
I
time yet.
I think it's waiting for leadership of
Mm,
real quality.
where are you
I
going to
don't
find that?
know exactly who to blame, but I know who to not blame. So that's gonna be an adjustment.
Well, I can start with the sketch, but I cannot lead a collaborative on top of everything else, unfortunately. In the meantime, before I get to my week, let's check in on the Tainted because there's a lot of people popping up. We've got
Absolutely.
Papa Rex, channel member in the house. Amy Schultz, channel member in the house. Alternate candidate is here. Ralph Nader is in the house as well. Nate Boverhoff says, it's the final countdown. Can't wait. Super excited. I want it to be Thursday morning. I've been looking forward to this event all year. I got everything all packed up and ready to be moved downtown Grand Rapids because this is the week of Brickworld Grand Rapids. I've been doing a lot of work for that. Actually, today, two of the staff members for Grand Rapids flew in from Kansas City and are staying with me now. They're upstairs working. There's my cough. It's just random. It's a vapors cough.
Okay.
So that's my cough. We'll get to my cut. I don't know what that's going to be, but um, so yeah, Grand Rapids is happening this week. If you're in the area or if you'd like to travel out to the Grand Rapids area, it is September 13th through 15th. We've got public days on Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and 15th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Tickets are $18 online, $20 at the door, $15 if you have a military first responder ID. That's for you and your family. You must present your ID at the box office. And there's all sorts of coupon codes online if you want to check us out on socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm like, which ones do I put the coupon codes on? I don't know. I don't know how this works. But there's two other events that happen in Grand Rapids that don't happen at any of our other expos. And Chicago is not an expo. Chicago is a convention. So our smaller shows are our expos. Friday night we have VIP night. So it's $35. I think it's $30 online, $35 at the door, something like that. Don't quote me. And we do World of Lights. There's a goodie bag, and you get an exclusive preview to the night with to the weekend with less people present. Also, at that time, Art Prize is going on in Grand Rapids. It's an art event that draws 500,000 unique visitors to the city. It's the country's largest amateur art competition. So there's lots of things to see in Grand Rapids this weekend, and if you want to come out and see Brickworld, there's tons of other stuff to do there as well. And then Saturday night, we're doing for the first time Brickworld Marketplace. Saturday, September 14th, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., you can come and participate in what we know in Chicago as the garage sale. It's going to be a very different format because sellers are by invite only. I certainly am. $5 to come in and see what there is to buy, and then hopefully you'll get some good deals there. Hopefully it will go well and we'll be able to implement it at other shows. So that's the mouthful that's happening at Brickworld Grand Rapids. One of our staff members is here in the Tainted tonight, Paige Pritchard. She just made it. She's back again finally. Good to see you, Paige, and I'll see you very soon as well. Jesse's Brick says skull to you as well. This is empty, but that's okay. Pink Wheels, we already got to that one. New Hashima. We got to start over. VMAC Attack is in the house, and he was late, so we got to start from the beginning.
Yep. Rewind.
We'll play a song in a minute because as soon as this started, I had to use the bathroom. That was one of the things where I finally, with Nathan and Phoebe here, we went to the dog beach in the morning. We went to the dog park in the afternoon, and I just skipped eating that entire time. And so we finally just ate. So my entire body is like out of control at the moment because I ate really fast. And I hadn't eaten all day, so I'm just kind of like I've got like meat sweats now because we got Portillo's. Amy Schultz says, "Holy smokes, so busy." We all are. I mean, that's just that's the way life works. Gotta go with it. Ben, especially being that busy with a sinus infection, no good. Crimson Ghost is back. Hey, how are you, sir? Lego Timmy is also here. Paige Pritchard says, I'm doing my final tweak on my Ren Fair buildings for Grand Rapids as we speak. Can't wait to see that. Lego Timmy says it's clickbait.
We got some clickbait for sure tonight.
Patrick Bavier says, happy Sunday. Yeah, we lied. We lied in the title of this episode that we have like discontinued CMF lines, but also I admitted that I lied in the title of the stream. Because Ben, I don't know if you noticed. I don't know how many
clickbait.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of the live streams that you follow when it comes to like Lego news and stuff like that. If you like follow just Brick Clicker And there's another one. Hold on. Staff is texting me. Whoops. Not important right now. But they all have the same title to their live stream, to their videos. And it's always insane new Lego leaks. And it might be something that like Lego posted on their own website. It might be news that we've already seen, but like for those clicks, they always say insane new Lego leaks. So I decided to save that as well. But it's not true. It's a lie. It's clickbait. Amy Schultz, channel member again, says, thanks, Paige, for your work. It's greatly appreciated. Yes. Yes, Paige and Leslie do a ton of work for us. We appreciate them both. Crimson Ghost says, I'm excited to have the garage sale. I think it's going to be really successful. I hope so, too. I just found out today that there's a subreddit for Grand Rapids events that's been talking about Brickworld Grand Rapids. And as soon as this live stream is over, I'm going to get myself on that subreddit and I'm going to drop some coupon codes in there. Lego Timmy says, I've sent pictures of the UCS Jabba the Hutt set. Do you mean the sail barge, sir? The most important set of our lives? Nate Boverhoff says, looking forward to seeing everyone's builds. Going to take so many pictures and buy so much Lego. I sense a disturbance in my wallet. That's awesome. Nate's super pumped about this. Yeah. I am definitely pumped as well. I'm just a little
Last
tired.
week was Star Wars week, though. So you might sense a disturbance in your wallet. But that would have been a better line last week when we did Order 66 and learned about several Jedi that we didn't know that perished in 66 that were not as publicized. So if you missed it, I want to go find out who some of those were.
But we honored them.
We did
honor them for every ounce of digital AI that they are worth. Crimson Ghost says, I like the new updated layout. Looking forward to seeing the volunteer schedule as well. It's fun to be a part of the show. That's a weird haul. So a lot of the vendors are like, put me towards the front, put me towards the front. The people who were in back complained that they didn't get a lot of public coming to them this year. So I was like, how can we make the front of the hall a gauntlet of vendors? So we moved all the vendors up to the front. And so it is quite a different layout than we've used before. They've got to go through our sponsors, through Playbrick, through the vendors, and then they can see the show.
Yeah.
I like the look of it. And the reason we're going to move to a different hall next year, but the reason I've liked this hall up till now is because it has windows that look out onto the river. Everybody hates the windows. It's too hot. There's too much light. I want to show off my lights, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Run the gauntlet. Yes, run that gauntlet. Spend that money. Make our vendors happy, please. Everyone's having a down year. I think Brickworld has seen a percentage drop in their attendance as well. And I think the vendors are also expressing that they're having, not as successful a year as 2023. 2023, people were like, the pandemic was finally passed and they were like, woo, let's spend money. And now they're like, oh, we got to calm down. It's also an election year, which people famously hang on to their money, traditionally hang on to their money during an election year to see, what's going to happen first before they do any big spending. Overall plan to stay in GR for the future. So that is the overall plan. We just have to see if there's actually money there. Because if I don't make money, it's really hard to come back to a city. We cut Detroit and Milwaukee this year, unfortunately. Milwaukee, very unfortunate. My favorite show. I feel like it's the most unique and character driven. I would say like a lot of really fun builds, a lot of really good interaction with the crowds. Detroit was really hard to cut because Mishlug has one of the most talented group of builders. They work really well together and always put on a really good show, but just not having the audience come. And there's lots of things that get into that, but we won't get into that. But my week's been pretty good, actually. We had Cheeto this weekend, of course, because her parents were at a wedding, and we got to go to the dog beach, like I said, and pretty good week. I mean, I'm really busy, but I got some building done. I got a fun fake real CMF thing that we hacked off Stud Sidious's phone. And I'm looking forward to this coming week. Next week, I'll be on Eastern time. So I might actually get for Cheeto. That's right. I might actually be able to stop by for the last hour, 90 minutes, depending on what else you got going on. I can't promise anything. We never know what's actually going to happen or how tired I'll be. Or how late we'll need to stay in the hall to tear down. But it would be nice. And I do have to say, even though I tried to take care of this, if you don't mind playing a song, bringing up some comments, I need to run to the bathroom.
Well, sure. Yes, do this.
Thanks.
So because of my busy week, I dropped off one of my children's buddies before I had to run here. I got here. My wife has been diligently cleaning the garage, which is a gargantuan task in and of itself. So you saw me maybe sneak a fry or two. I actually need to eat something while Mark is peeing. So we'll do a double dip. He'll pee, I'll play a song. Do we have any requests from the Tainted? If not, I want to go with something a little bit on the longer side. So we're probably going to go with at least a 2-minute song so I can eat a few nuggets in here. But if we don't have any requests, then the host picks, and the host always picks an interesting one. I do have one request for Blockleverse. If Blockleverse is more than 2 minutes, it's in for sure. So let's see here. Blockleverse. Welcome to Blockleverse. You guys can hear me sing it. It's only 49 seconds, Amy. You know what? I'm going to play Blockleverse, and then I'm going to make a call. If I don't see a better comment coming in, we might get a double back-to-back song so I can eat a couple chicken nuggets. Here we go.
Welcome to Blockleverse, no souls around. Cheap sights and sounds, no life to be found. Photoshop toys on twin Siamese. Fathers and sons making IEDs. Welcome to the Blockleverse, everyone is checked. Water slides are funny, hands are grotesque. Car pest police, house cake topped off. Minnie's passed out, her head's popped off. Welcome to the Blockleverse, where dreams distort. Bad Photoshop, orphans in an eastern port.
Z-Server us, his name is Ben. This man is cool, he's always zen. Mark calls him the man to the left. Is he our favorite host? Most deaf. He builds all themes, a crazy mix. Go catch them on his Insta pics. Yet here he stands, a broken mind. Do castles suck? Or are they divine?
Everyone kept saying this weird thing to me, that I preferred space to castle. And they kept saying that I was promoting this rumor. I felt very gaslit.
He lets his kids join him on the stream. He ain't much to see, but his wife's a dream. He Daddy Ben when he puts down the brick, but you can call him C when he's getting clicks. A man of split minds torn apart, caught between his head and heart. Castles stand in full core E, in his soul spaceships run free.
There is no proof that I have ever said anything negative about Castle in my entire existence. In fact, look at my title. It says Ben Loves Castle.
His walk-up track is almost done. He's about to pull up the show run. Did he build a computer this week? Or will he show us something more sleek? Castle banner, ship engines glow. Papa, Tank, Ted to the show. Remember to hit subscribe and like. Mark and Ben gonna drop the mic.
All right. Well, there were two Ben songs. It was a "Do you really want orange spaceships" or the alternate intro. We went with the alternate intro. We might have an excuse to play the Daddy Ben song, as it's sometimes known, later. I can't promise, but we might. Mark is muted, so let me unmute him. Unmute yourself, sir.
Okay. I was like, I didn't want to like have us both clicking it. Yeah.
It said, I just tried. It said you cannot unmute your guests because they've chosen to mute themselves.
I remember that happening in a previous stream. And speaking of stream, the reason I mute myself before I go is because I like to keep listening to what's going on, but I don't want everyone to hear me peeing.
Yeah, I managed to eat 3 nuggets during those songs. Nice. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Good. I had a Portillo's giant roast beef sandwich and fries.
They cut the meatball sub from the menu.
Oh, from Portillo's?
Yeah.
Wouldn't know. Never ordered it.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty tasty, but it's not there anymore.
That's sad.
Another cut. Yeah.
Apparently they don't want to hear me pee either.
I guess that's fair.
I guess it is. Yeah. See, Thank you for. I feel justified. Thank you
Mhm.
for validating my feelings, Amy Schultz. It's very important.
So there was one thing up on the show run here that I thought maybe you would be interested in cutting, and that's me from the live stream. Because second week in a row where I've made you nervous that I'm maybe not even going to show up
Oh no,
because I'm
that doesn't.
rolling in
No.
at like 6:58, which is atypical. Before I'd be here at 6:45 waiting for you to roll in at 6:57.
Yeah.
So when you show up at 6:57 and I'm not there, you're like, what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
So 2 weeks in a row, that's, it's
It
got to
is
be
rare.
terrifying for you.
But also, I knew last week you were out of town, and then this week I just assumed you had stuff going on because I heard from you less this week than I normally do.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm just like, yep, you have kids, you have a life, so I'm not like I try not to be demanding on that at all. I sent you a text just to make sure that everything was okay. So I thought maybe the power had gone out again. I was hoping there wasn't like
No,
an emergency with the
thankfully.
family or something like that,
Yeah.
So Brick Dad Build says the new spice cake at Portillo's is good. I didn't even know that was a thing. I've never gotten the dessert. I've actually never had the chocolate cake from Portillo's that everyone's so
Man.
crazy about. I've never had a chocolate cake shake. Um, Look who's here. Alex Sneer is here. Says a nugget of time is all we need sometimes.
Yes.
Amy Schultz had
Had the
that
spice
spice
cake.
cake. Was
Was
not a
not a
fan.
fan. Uh,
Mm-mm.
Hey, you don't have to be.
Thrown down and tainted over here.
You don't have to be.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. I'd never cut you from the live stream. Like you do
Okay, good.
most of the work here.
Well, let's move on to our
Yeah.
second topic, which is creations from curators. And we're the
Oh,
curators of the live stream, so that
we
must be
are.
us.
I think so.
All right.
Hmm.
Let's start with the person we always start with, which is
Who's this kicking it with a new mob? New mob. New mob. New mob. Yeah. Will we get a chunky mech? Will we get computer tech? An orange spaceship so sleek? Does he hate castles this week? Does the new mech have a wicked thing? Has the castle from last week been reshaped? Has he built 5 orcs and welcomes the Cerberus Daddy Ben? Yeah! Jump to 5 men! Computer tech!
I don't know if you can tell, Ben, but I didn't caption these lyrics. There's a part where they're saying can't compare, because you can't.
oh, well, that's pretty sweet. I think we know how to do this by now, and it's this button. And then we got to do this. Boom, and there we are. Look at that.
Nicely done. Hey, look.
So we're a little taller.
Ooh. Yeah, we're getting there. You and I are crawling along. It's nice to see you move
Crawling.
at my pace.
Yes. Yes, I would like to be slapping this mock around like it stole my lunch money. But
Fair enough.
come on. I did
Yeah.
not in a domestic violence sense of the word.
Right, no,
More
and
of
actually-
a getting my bully its comeuppance kind of way.
Yeah, that's right. No, and it could have been a lot
So-
worse than either one of those. So
No,
Well, actually-
we're not into that.
somewhere in between. But
So
yeah, anyway.
So here we are. We're climbing slowly.
Yeah, looking
Um,
good.
We're getting to a spot where we're doing some new windows. We're adding a little flare here. Still needs some more decoration for sure.
Sure.
And
I'm
then
not
I got
so sure it does yet because I don't see what else the structure is going to be like, but I'll take your word for it. I think
little taller
what's
still.
there for decoration is nice. There's nothing behind it right now.
That's
So you
true.
can't tell the entire composition.
It's floating decoration at this moment. That is a
Floating
true
decoration.
story.
Yeah.
We got to the second door, so that's in up here now.
The Rockworks building up quite a bit. You got some
It
good
is.
foliage on there.
Yep, and we're just like before. We need to, because the Rockworks a little on the basic side, based on how large it's going to be and that it's full 360, a little more basic. So I'm adding, the flare with the vines and the leaves. So
Yeah.
that's continuing.
Did this man just freeze? This man just froze. Yeah, sometimes this happens. Happens more frequently lately than it has in a while, but we'll see how long this takes for him to get through it. Anyway, what he's doing here, by the way, is he's building kind of a love letter to all of his favorite MOCs. And he builds a lot of Castle, even though he occasionally says that he hates Castle. And I do believe it's Ben that's frozen. If I'm wrong, please tell me, because otherwise I'm just sitting in my basement talking to myself. Yeah, no pre-molded rock pieces. That's a great point in there. But you're laughing, so maybe I missed a joke. He is not the type to use pre-molded rock pieces. He's very much about sculpting it himself and then adding foliage to it. He's a master of it, actually. I used to think I was pretty good, and I look at his stuff and I'm like, I gotta up my game. Oh, yep, it's definitely him that froze because look, it's just me. It's my giant face. Let's see who just joined us. Rob Claxton, channel member, joined us. Good to see you, sir. Glad you're here. This is going to be Ben Dadder, which is his evil fortress in Mordor. And yes, thank you for clarifying, because I was going for a good couple minutes before he actually dropped out. I don't know why this happens to him during the week or during the live stream. Didn't used to happen quite so much. We've lost our run of show as well. Otherwise, I'd go back through that. But in case you're just joining us, we had Ben's mock there up on screen for a bit, so I could at least talk about it more. But we'll see what happens when he comes back. Can't do that anymore. I've already gone over this, but we have Brickworld Grand Rapids coming up this weekend. If you missed my huge diatribe about how great that show is going to be, you can always watch this back, or you can just go to brickworld.com and click on the events and locations tab. I look like a who, by the way. My hair is crazy right now. I look like I'm about to not care that the Grinch stole my Christmas and go hold everyone's hands and sing Dahu Dore, Vahu Vore, Welcome Christmas, come this day. After Grand Rapids, we have Brickworld Fort Wayne, October 13th and 14th. I don't know. And then Brickworld Holiday Joy, December 7th and 8th. Let me check on those times. And if you weren't aware, Brickworld 2025 Chicago show, the big convention, ticket sales are already open. So you can go to brickworld.com, click on convention registration, and you get your badge if you haven't already. If you haven't, you will most likely not be able to get a hotel room at the Renaissance. Unfortunately, the hotel room block sold out very quickly. Oh, I am so excited about this. Alex Neer is going to be at Grand Rapids, as he was last year. Did a great job working our interactive display. And then Alex and I can meet about what's it called? About him being Brickworld's graphic designer, which we haven't done any work with for a while because I was catching up on other stuff and haven't had the time to ask him for anything or do my own graphic design for that matter. This is exciting. Paige Pritchard just joined us. She just became a YouTube member. Paige, if you have a song request, it's been a while since you've been around, so I don't know that you would have any song requests, or if you know them. If not, I will pick one. In the meantime, actually, if you have a song request in mind, we can go ahead and play that one. But to celebrate our new channel member, Paige Pritchard, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk about memberships in just a minute. It's just $1.99 a month for Wonders Galore. There is a song. I do have a song, but I'm not going to play it because it's just kind of sitting in there without a video. And it needs to be chopped up still. But we did have a request for this song. So in the meantime, till we hear Paige's request, thank you for joining us, Paige Pritchard. Here's a little bit of Daddy Ben.
Daddy Ben, oh, he loves his space. Lego ships in orange, all in place. But Mara's size, they're all the same. And why that beard? It's just a shame. Orange ships, computers galore. Mara dreams of something more. In Legoland, where dreams take flight. Orange or not, they'll get it right. Daddy, your ships are lame. All of them look the same. And your beard, such a disgrace. Maybe just one short hair on your face.
I spend too much time working on them.
And sometimes you just don't do them because you working on them.
Yeah.
And your beard.
And my beard.
And your mustache.
I'll get back in the photo so everyone can see.
Ugh.
Alright.
It should be more like one of those French ones that is in the movies, like squirrels.
Like a little villain mustache?
Yes, you need that.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mara. Thanks for the rant.
Or you just need
Good
one
job.
little hair.
It takes too long for you to build them. Focus, get it done, concentrate. Daddy Ben, one more word about your beard. Come on, Daddy, it's so weird.
And they don't have different size ranges, which they should. And they they all have computers in them. Like, it's disgusting.
Orange spaceships make it end. Listen, friend, it's not a trend. Orange beard, that's the trend. Make it happen. I love you, Daddy Ben. I love you, Daddy Ben.
Hey, we are only 30 minutes in. We've had Ben drop out and a pee break. We're getting everything in that we need. Do we have audio issues, you guys?
It's all of it.
Do we sound like we're at the same level? Is my voice popping again? I finally fixed my mic. I found out what was going on last couple weeks. In the meantime, I don't know if you noticed this, Ben, because you were coming back in as it was going. But Paige Pritchard just joined us as a member.
I did. I always see that.
Do you? That's good to know.
You tell me this.
Yes.
Why would I possibly have a problem? I am on a desktop computer. It is wired to the internet. I'm getting 52.11 megabits per second down, 901 up. There's no reason that should happen. And yet every once a month, it just happens. It's like your connection's unstable. We're kicking you out.
Yeah, it's been more common like the last couple months, actually.
But at least I have all of my power, so
yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
And the basement is dry currently.
Basement is dry. Yes.
But you can join us. Like the membership again is $1.99 a month. You get all sorts of fun stuff like special Fabulous emojis that you can use. I noticed this watching back. You also get a special 1x1 plate as your next to your name when you make comments. And like the longer you remember, the color will change over time. Which colors it changes from and to, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But you could be a member, or you could just like the stream, subscribe to us. You'll get notifications about when we do go live and when we post new videos, which we do from time to time. We haven't so much frequently this summer, Ben, but I have lots of plans to post videos. I've got a good 10-minute video to post of you and your Darth Sock rant. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. Just a little busy, but it doesn't take much, and pushing buttons is fun. So if you enjoy what you're seeing, and why wouldn't you? I'm taking pee breaks. Ben's dropping out entirely, and we've talked about Lego for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Smash that like button. Subscribe for notifications. Appreciate your support, everyone and all. Daddy Ben, they got to hear it.
I'm excited for them. That's Hall of Fame ranter Miss Mara.
That's right. V Mac Attack is building furiously for Fort Wayne. Brick Dad Builds is going to be running solo at Grand Rapids. No lug this year. That's all right. Daddy Ben. Paige Pritchard finally got the first paycheck of the year. Yay, teaching. Shameless plug. I was messing with a Brickle song. Oh, good to know. You let us know as soon as you have something fine tune with our garage band. V Mac Attack says audio is great. Ben sounds a bit nasally.
Yeah, thanks.
Paige says, feel like I should request that song when he knocked over the mock. Yeah. We could definitely play that one as well. Larry's Castle.
Yes.
Payment failed, thus why I'm not one. Oh, he tried to join, but his payment failed.
Yeah.
Well, you're a college student, sir, so that's going to happen. Save your money. You can join after you graduate and you have a stable job. Stud City is here. Hey, Stud City, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us. Appreciate that a lot. Jesse is currently building the Zelda set. I haven't even ordered it yet.
Oh man, me neither.
Yeah.
But we totally should get on that because it was a beautiful set. We did talk about that it was, a little on the pricey side, but should you buy it?
Zelda.
Duh.
Yeah, and by the way, with Stud City here, when we go over our segment later and we talk about hacking Stud City's phone, we got to make sure we enunciate.
Yes.
To make sure that we don't, Stud City doesn't think that we've hacked his phone.
No, we did not hack Stud City's phone. We hacked Stud Sidious's phone.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We hack people's phones here. Fun time. So tell me more about this castle.
Yeah, so I have to reach over my camera here. So kind of the big issue that I'm already seeing is that I have a
Uh-oh.
lot of empty space still for rocks.
Empty.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
you
to do some creative work to make sure that it doesn't go up too fast. I'm gonna have to do some work where it slopes back out in a couple places as well. So
Waterfall.
I'm leaving some gaps where I'm planning to do some crooked rock work as well,
Good call.
and all of that. So it is a process, but I am starting to work on the section that's starting the pathway that will lead up the side of the mountain here.
You know, I could space that
so-
out like that starting out, and none of those bricks would end up staying where I put them. So I don't even bother with this. Old Man of the Bricks
Yeah.
is building the Ghost and Phantom 2 set tonight whilst watching Ben.
There
Do
you
you
go.
even Star Wars, bro? Is that a new set or is that an older set?
That is newer, so
It is. Okay.
that's a couple years old now, maybe a year
That's
old.
what I thought. Okay. So
Uh,
that's older. By today, by the fact that they have some sets on shelves for 6 months, it's old by modern standards. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you could find it on shelves right now, but it's not old. It's probably within the last year it went off shelves.
Okay.
But
good
it
call.
is a good set. Before kind of the original release, you could buy the Ghost and the original Phantom as two separate sets and combine them. Now it's
Ah.
one set that has both.
We're being corrected
So-
here. It is new. It's from Ahsoka.
Well,
So
it's newer. It's not new.
good night, Sky. Sorry, I don't know why I got stuck. So because there's an argument between Old Man of the Bricks and Ben.
Yeah.
And Papa Rex is here. What's up, sir? Glad you could join us. We're having a real good Grundy time here. Old Man of the Brick says it's new from the. I already did that. I already started that fight. What are the popsicle holes for in the center tower? Popsicle holes.
The
What's a
popsicle
popsicle
holes.
hole?
Are you talking
Is that a
about these
thing?
back here?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's what V Mac Attack is asking. Sorry,
Are
there's a comment
these?
up on the screen.
know.
Popsicle holes?
If you're talking about this isn't a tower. This is just a support structure as it's going up. And there's no reason to fill in every single gap on a support structure.
Yes, those
Um,
apparently. Those are
I-
called popsicle holes.
Yeah, I don't plan on knocking this off the table all of Castle Falls style.
I need to change the song now
So-
to say prepare to have your popsicle hole rocked.
hmm
It's a year old, Ben, Amazon exclusive. He ordered it at 1 this morning and got it at about 6 a.m. That's
That's a pretty good deal.
like the way I get Pick-a-Brick nowadays, where it comes the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh gosh, this is a dangerous situation that we live in, because I
Yeah.
needed to order some extra roof parts, Ben.
So here it is.
Oh, I'll save this for my rant actually.
Okay. Here it is. Ghost and Phantom 2
Yeah.
replaced the Ghost, which they hadn't released a new Ghost in quite a while. But I guess this is, the somewhat updated version, I guess. Slightly different crew. No Zeb. No Ezra.
Yeah,
A
this is
little bit
relatively
different.
recent. I would say
Yeah.
how long ago does Ahsoka come out? Which I didn't like, and I don't like the Acolyte either. We're not done with the Acolyte, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want it to be more Skywalker universe stuff, but I don't want it to be what it is either.
Well, let's see when the first reviews came out. Sometimes they're full of lies. September 3rd, 2023. So almost exactly a year ago.
Ooh.
So this may have been a September 1st, 2023 release.
Which is what Old Man and the Brick said. It's a year old.
Yep, about a year old. So like I said,
Bendy.
it's not in the most recent waves, but it's fairly new. And you can't find it on store shelves, apparently. Lego and Amazon exclusive, or Amazon exclusive. Of course, Lego always has it. So
It's also what Old Man and the Brick said. Yep.
yeah. There you can see my speed test.
Go Ookla.
Yeah, so why can't I have a stable connection?
I don't know.
I don't know,
Yep.
but there you go.
Fuck if I know.
Yep. So there we have it. We're
I like that.
slowly plodding along.
I like that vine work a lot, just because it's a lot of roots.
A lot of
Wonder if we're gonna see like just branches coming out of those, or if there's gonna be a tree that kind
big
of.
old tree.
Yes.
We got some stumps ready.
If you guys are members of Discord and have watched the show before and saw when V Mac Attack was our guest, he started a thread on Discord called Can Tree, and he's changed his tree from the stream based on maybe some feedback from us, maybe feedback from other people.
Ooh.
But the tree looks a lot cooler. But perhaps Ben, if you'll remind me, we'll go back to that. I don't have Discord open because I had to restart my computer to make sure that I don't drop out or
Yeah.
get all max headroomish. But yeah, if someone will remind me, VMAC Attack, you can remind me as well. After we're done looking at ours, we should do a little quick update on Vince's mock,
Yeah.
the same way that they do on Unsolved Mysteries when they solve one of the mysteries that was previously unsolved.
I believe the last time we had C as our sponsored letter he was on, because his name was Can't Tree,
You're right.
and now he apparently can tree.
That was like literally 2 weeks ago, was it not?
Yeah, it was not very long ago.
Oh.
But I had a sinus infection, so I had to go with what was in front of me. C happened to work today, especially because of our topic, CMWTF.
Mm-hmm.
So why not?
Sinus, famously spelled with a C.
Famously.
Mm.
So unfortunately, sinus infection, all those other things, I didn't get a ton of work in, but I am still moving. At least I kind of know where I need to go with some of it. I also started watching a little bit of Rings of Power second season.
Yeah, same.
I
Really
can already
enjoying it.
tell it's going to be better than the first season, but we'll see how that goes. Looks a lot more battle-y, which I can appreciate.
Vince claims he
So-
can tree intermediately. VMAC Attack also says, okay, Hawkeye, that does not make me want to finish Acolyte. Says Ashoka was better. Ahsoka, sorry. VMAC Attack says, Acolyte was poorly executed. Yes, thank you. That's what I'm finding so far. And that I'm just like, why stop doing flashbacks and stop making every character we kind of like, then we hate, and then someone that we hated we're supposed to start liking. I'm just like, just stop with the forced character arcs here. I feel it
Yeah.
could be edited into something decent. Yeah. I agree, and they should stop killing off. Like, hey, look at this really cool character. Also, they're dead now. Yeah, and I agree with this. Is the first thing I said about this. I was like,
Jedi
ruined.
Wookiee.
Yeah, right.
Poor guy.
This has a good castle ruin style to it. That's the first thing
Yeah.
I said when I saw it. I was like, yes, castle ruins. But it's going to be an active castle, though, isn't it? It's kind of like a.
Eventually, yeah. We'll see. Maybe the bricks will tell me something else the farther along I get. But
Yeah,
who knows?
they talk to you. They talk to all of us, I guess.
Okay.
I hear
we've
voices.
we've become slightly derailed here.
In what way?
Well, we've become slightly derailed in that we are now talking about the Acolyte.
A bit.
So
We've gotten more derailed than that. So
it's true. But here was the start of the Acolyte. This is what it was. Okay. And tell me if you were excited. It had like a kung fu movie wrapped in a mystery idea.
Mm-hmm.
By episode 4, like all of that was gone. Most of the mystery
Yes.
was solved, and like the whole kung fu type aspects that they had for some of that also completely gone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, now the story is just kind of a straight line. So how do we make it different? Oh, we make the twins switch places. Oh,
Right.
I've never seen that before.
Like, oh, now they're suddenly okay with the other twin who murdered most of them up to that point. And so my entire experience with the first episode was like, this is so awesome. Carrie Ann Moss is a Jedi.
And
Oh, she's dead.
She's dead.
Bye.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, don't worry, she's in flashbacks. She'll have 4 lines. She'll just sit there and stare pensively.
That's what she does.
Yeah, I think that was quite squandered. And they just keep changing the more and more flashbacks. They change the circumstances of what they've already shown you. And I'm like, stop pivoting.
Well,
on
and
this stuff.
That was it. It was like, okay, they're doing something different.
Mhm.
But then at the end, they decided not to do something that different.
I didn't see the end, so I can't comment on this, unfortunately.
Okay, there was one episode that was mystery and kung fu, and then after that, it's lightsabers and
Yeah. I feel this happened a couple
Whatever.
times with the last. I think Ahsoka definitely had 2 episodes in there. I'm like, isn't that what we just saw happen? Manny Jacinto was fantastic. Otherwise, it was not compelling. Manny Jacinto. I'm gonna look this up because there's an actor on the show that I cannot stand.
I wonder if that's
Oh
the,
yeah, no, the bad
stranger,
the bad guy,
or
yeah,
whatever they call him.
the bad guy. They call him
Yes.
the bad guy.
The bad guy. Okay,
He is fantastic in that.
the stranger. That's what I would call him, is the stranger. Maybe that's too much crossover with Gandalf and Rings of. I mean, the stranger in Rings of Power.
Right. Oh yeah, good. Now I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. He's not.
Cool.
It's definitely not Gandalf. It's
No, he's Gandalf.
It's Gandalf.
I mean,
All right. Well,
He's not
unfortunately,
Sauron.
I didn't get too far along, but that's okay. We
That's
still
okay,
had
I
some
didn't
fun.
either.
I'm now down to only 4 nuggets left. I've managed to eat 6 between losing power and playing a couple songs. But it does mean that Mark gets to walk up now. So a very short song, maybe with this very short intro for Mark's walk up, I can eat another nugget. Let's see if I can do it. Here we go. Mark's walk up.
Mark's an otter, watch him splash, building art deco, leaves and grass, keeping fab, you land on streams, making MOCs, fulfilling dreams. No fear breaks when his builds are up, only cheers and howls from his club. So let's get pumped for this Scorpio. Mark's creations are on the show.
Ooh, whoa.
I need to do some more Art Deco space.
You certainly do. All right.
All right, not too much added here.
Okay, we've got some change ups though.
Yeah.
So
So I'll
we've
stick
got
around here.
we've got the tree back in the scene.
The tree is back in the scene in a permanent place too. That
Okay.
does bypass the roof, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh no, my
Nice.
tree doesn't fit anymore. I kind of like where it's at too.
Nice. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's
And
kind
it's
of a
dead.
nice little space filler off to the side there too.
Mm.
Nice pop of color. I think it flows well with the pink foliage next to it. But I would assume the big things we're going to talk about twofold. One, we've changed our center section now to sort of
Yes.
have a matching
Oh,
roof
right.
line temporarily.
You know what I did? Hey, here, hold on. Live building.
I'm building.
Keep
And
going.
then on the other two sides, we have what appears to be a potential
Where is this?
continuation of the pagoda house up, and on the other side, maybe an outdoor railing type design.
Yeah, so those are options.
Yeah.
Do I need to zoom out
Is
a bit?
there one
know.
version where we can still comply with the golden ratio and have one side be built up and one side be open?
I've thought of that actually. I thought of making like this side over here, like the master bedroom, say, and then this side over here is like a walkout patio.
Mhm.
And that's definitely a possibility. Kind of what I was thinking of now, just because as I was starting to build this up last week, and I was coming up with these proportions, it was starting to, and I apparently took this 1x2 plate off. It was getting a little too tall for me. I thought, like I thought
Okay.
maybe it was, but the proportion from the top to the bottom is correct. So I could do that and add another roof.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I'm putting this like tower room in the center already. I did do quite a bit of work on angling off this. You can't really see it here, but I had to angle this off because it was getting in the way of this center section,
Yeah.
being able to sit evenly. But then I also realized that this was too far forward. It's where it was when I had them hinged together as one building. But that may be another reason that I had so much stuff falling and so many math problems is because it didn't actually stud together that way. And that's what I'm finding in putting this center section in here without being hinged in, is that it doesn't actually fit perfectly. So I've got to do some mathing there to make this all work correctly. I think I'm also going to change this. I'm going to take these because if you see right now, this angled section of the roof is part of these two buildings.
Yep.
And I think I may take that off and make it part of this
Okay.
and these roofs here, and then just have this branch out this way because it actually looks relatively decent to
Oh,
have.
all right.
Yeah.
Hmm,
I'll be
it's kind of
happy with that.
interesting.
Oh wait, no, or would it be this? I like the little plinko
Little plinko board action.
slide I have. It would. I give up.
That's okay.
I'm gonna try one more time. It
Um,
would come out this way.
okay. Hawkeye Lego
Which
Man
I'm not
likes
crazy about.
likes your windows in general. Amy's glad that the round window is staying. It is more finished now. You kind of abandoned the half moon thing and went with the full circle, which I think looks fine.
And we can always put like I can always get a radar dish in here to go with
Yeah.
that. I do like the idea of it. This isn't a radar dish. I just don't have one handy. I have several of the dark blue radar dishes, but just none of them in hand at the moment.
Yeah. VMAX says the same thing, maybe a 3 season on one side.
Yeah.
He
Like
also
here.
says, we don't talk about colors, but Sarah says the walls are purple. I said pink. Well, you're double wrong, VMAC. It's purple.
It's the lavender.
And on top of that, in Lego parlance, there is no pink. So you were wrong twice.
Yeah. And plus we don't talk about color in lifestyle shots. This is not a
Right.
lifestyle
We can
shot. This is
definitely
a
talk about
live
colorness.
shot.
Yes.
Live shot. I'm alive. See, I pinched myself. It's real. So you're saying options are nice, but maybe both?
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
I also kind of think based on like what I've seen for pagoda houses, the
Mhm.
higher up you get, usually the roofs taper in a little more. So I don't know if they're smaller or they're just set at a different angle, or if the walls tend to creep in a little on how a pagoda house is built. I don't know.
Or that? Can you
Yeah,
see
I
that?
mean, I got you there.
Okay.
But yeah, if it just overhangs less or kind of what the design idea is, that's the way I picture it. It doesn't even mean it's correct. It's just kind of the way I think about it.
Well, that one I have this prototype I built for where the roof would go from here is actually it tapers more, I think.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that? I mean, it's kind of hard to tell without something underneath here to kind of
Yeah,
connect
not
everything together.
not kind of being the right height. And of course, when you get to those higher roofs, they actually get all the way up to the top and then usually have some sort of ornamental design on the top.
Decorative craziness, I was going to say. Ornamental design sounds better. Sounds much better.
Yes. Yep.
Tiled out the rest of the roof too.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
oh, she died. One of the fun things I found this week is I ordered a bunch of this piece on.
It's blue. That's all we know.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me try this.
Pixel, pixel, touch the camera. There we go.
So it's the 2x2. Why can't I figure out which? It's the 2x2.
Half tile.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was fun to buy a bag of those because I was out of them, and then I was over here.
Does your camera screen flip around, or do you always have to reach behind to touch it?
It flips up,
Oh.
which I found
Okay.
very useless. Although actually, in this situation, it probably would help. And that now it went out.
Oh.
Now it is not on at all, so I don't know why it did that.
Interesting. Right.
But yeah, look at this. I got a whole
thing
drawer of
Yeah.
these. Good thing I ordered an entire bag of them from someone on Bricklink. This is what we do. This is the life of an AFOL.
That is the life. Yes, I can tell you. Sometimes I get to the point where I'm like, I know I have 100 of those somewhere. It's easier to order them.
Easier to order them, and that'll help you find them real fast. The minute I clicked
when they
order,
arrive. Yep.
I turned around and was like, oh look, there's a drawer of them.
There they are. Yep.
Yep. That's how you make them appear.
VMAC wants to know how many tiers you're shooting for. 3, 2, 1.5.
I was initially, I was initially shooting for just the 2.
Yeah.
And then I was going to go for only the center would be a higher tier.
Mm-hmm.
And so these were going to be 1 tier. The center was going to be 2 tier. Now I don't know. I guess I got to play with it and figure out exactly the way I like.
Now the left and the right can be 2 and the center can be 3.
True. This is true. I also think I'm going to build something for this to just slide right in because I do notice that it like having it stud down in just the corners always has it at a different angle. Like one side always pops up. Like that's too much for it to really kind of understand. This one works fine. It just studs down in the front. This one, I think that's too much space for it to not stud down. Since it's just the corners, there's too much space in between that doesn't stud down. So the back of the front is going to pop up.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right. Yeah.
Anybody else have anything to say? Let's see here. Brickdead Build says the completed circle window looks good.
I like it.
Uh,
I do. I still like the idea of the crescent moon. I haven't given up on that. I just finally finished the full window itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sarah says double wrong and I'm right. I've got it on recording. Win for me tonight. Well, you got to
Ooh,
understand,
a little poem.
Sarah. What Mark and I say mean it's absolutely nothing in your household, unless it does.
Mm-hmm.
That's up to you. I guess you could declare that it means something.
And we can work towards that.
Yeah.
That's my goal, is to have my word count for more in the VMAC attack house.
Yes. Let's see here. VMAC goes Team Ben's suggestion. Very fancy top on the middle. Yeah, 3 tiers with a fancy top.
Yeah.
Z Spouse says, love to hear that when you can't find something, you just buy more. Yes. Now, Z Spouse, I would like to say very clearly that I am not alone in this. This is not an isolated Ben problem.
Yeah, Z Spouse, do you even mock, bro?
Yeah, do you even mock, bro? This is a Lego community problem. Anyone who builds mocks.
Wait, that truck is back.
I,
Oh, they passed.
but yeah, this is not me alone.
No.
So there you go.
Yeah. This is a
VMAC
compulsive
household
problem.
is 3/5 Lego, so your word kind of carries. Well, that's good to know. Let's see here.
We'll do our best to be responsible with that power.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to moderate ourselves on that. Hawkeye Lego Man says like a hexagon pagoda look on top. Okay, that could be interesting. Let's see here.
I do like that idea a lot. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah. The color combo looks great. Seeing the roof color filled out looks great. Yeah, I think of all the things that have progressed while you've done this, I think changing the roof from the blue to this has really helped out.
Okay, so now that I'm looking at what I showed you, it does look really crazy here on screen. And I think it's because we're looking at it like straight on. So let me make one adjustment. Let me make one adjustment to this roof that I did this week. It might show you, because I don't have, because it's 3 thick. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should do four studs. Oh, because I don't have this piece in the 4 angle. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself. Don't mind me. Let me do this.
Mm-hmm. Sarah also points out that this does not just apply to Lego at Z Spouse. Yeah, there are all kinds of things where it's easier to buy a new one than find the old one. Z Spouse knows that based on the number of gloves that we have in our front hall closet, where we just seem to have one glove and we can't find the other, and then all of a sudden there's a new set of gloves, and then another pair of gloves, and then another pair of gloves. Z Spouse is going to say, that's because your kids lose them on the playground. They come back with one glove, so of course I have to buy them more. It's not just my kids.
That's why we have eight bottles of toilet bowl cleaner in the house. Now that we have house guests, we clean the house. And I was like, do we have any toilet bowl cleaner? And we couldn't find any. And then I found 8 bottles.
Mm-hmm. Z-Spouse also suggests I never do that with my card making supplies.
Nice.
Never once.
Because you're well organized with it. If this
I think that's sarcastic. She's got a winky face.
Oh, she winked? I can't see it.
So
okay.
She does the other thing she does that with is printer ink.
Oh dear Lord.
I don't need 7 things of printer ink.
That's
like, I don't know which drawer they're in. I'm just gonna get more printer ink.
No, tell her, you know what it is? She subscribed. Is that true, Z Spouse? Did you subscribe to Office Max for printer ink and now you're drowning in it for the rest of your life? That's what we did.
She didn't.
Oh, really?
Actually. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't do that.
No.
Don't subscribe to anything. Don't subscribe to anything. I subscribe to my shampoo, which is
interesting.
I have a prescription for. No, it's supposed to stop my hair from balding, blah blah blah.
Okay.
And like the second month it came around, they're like, we're out of stock. And so I tried to order it individually from another store, and it was like, no, you already have a subscription to this. And I was like, so what's the plan on your end? And they didn't really have one. Is Daddy home? Oh, sorry. I should have muted it before switching the conversation to the dog. Am I live streaming? I didn't know.
You are. And right now, despite some of the problems that we've given ourselves today, we're right on time. We've done mocks, we've done intros. We're at the top of hour 1, moving to hour 2. So we can talk about Lego news.
And Vince just made a great point. You should like and subscribe. Apparently that last segment was
was
so
amazing.
good. Us talking about ordering too much toilet bowl cleaner and card supplies and gloves for your kids.
Yes.
You should like and subscribe to this channel just based on that sort of, what would you call it, mutual
Mhm.
mutual human condition that we all suffer.
Yeah, I think the point was, as Brick Dad Builds picked up on here, you said never subscribe to anything, but every single week we throw up
Yeah.
a banner that says what? Like and subscribe. So don't subscribe to anything except for this live stream, of course,
Why would I remember
slash
some
channel.
why would I remember something I said 30 seconds ago and
I
be
don't
able to
know.
connect it to a comment that people make to it?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm bad at that. I hate watching this back and going, "Hey, dummy."
It's okay. I usually follow the stream. I usually get you back on track.
Thanks.
I think
Thanks.
that's what I'm here for. I take
I'm
my
the
job to be the interpreter of the tainted to you.
what I hear you saying is I'm the dumb one.
No, you're just always a step ahead. I have to pull you back. That's all. All right, here we go. So,
Thanks
what
for
are we
coddling
talking
my
about
ego.
next? You're welcome.
Celeb
Celeb
I
collapse.
think I know what this is. Are we going to talk about Pharrell Williams?
Are we?
Why do I feel like I just won something? I was just like, I know what you mean. I'm super C for clever.
Yeah, you are super C for
I
clever. So,
is there more than one celeb collab? By the way, I don't
well,
know if
sort
this
of, but not really.
I couldn't see this on shop.lego.com, but I did see several several videos of it on YouTube. The Wednesday sets.
I haven't seen those yet.
You haven't? Okay, so they must not be official. We are
Yeah,
talking about brick by brick Pharrell Williams.
we are careful with that. Also, Grand Rapids, you've got some, celebrities in the house. Our friends Philip and Maria from Lego Masters. That's
Yes,
their home show.
true.
They are going to be bringing along with you our Eurobricks collab, or at least a small version of it to Grand Rapids,
Yes.
hopefully.
Yes, I spent part of the day making boxes to get those there in one piece.
Awesome. Who knows how mine looks now, because, who knows. But here we have it, the brick by brick Pharrell Williams Lego Collaborative. I believe the set rings in at like 950-ish pieces, and it costs about $110. So there's a little bit of a licensing or Pharrell tax, I don't know, but it's not extreme. The set itself is interesting. It's not
Oh,
a lot of set. However, there are a few things in here that are very interesting. The first being the wall of heads, of course. And, everybody knows or has heard about ye old wall of heads. And
I
here it
like the wall of
is.
heads.
Yeah, many skin tones and faces to choose from.
I'm gonna get up on my
So
I'm gonna get up on my damn soapbox here. You know I am.
I'm sure you are when I let you get to that. But there it is. The second thing being that it has a very colorful and part intensive blast off rainbow behind it. But some
Is that a rainbow?
okay, it's colorful, whatever it is.
It's pooping a bunch of Easter eggs at once.
Yeah, whatever it is.
It's
Rainbow
cool.
psychedelic coloration. I don't know. Lots of
I
cool
like it.
colors.
Yes.
But it's undoubtedly using a large portion of the set part budget for this. It does allow you to put it at an interesting angle, which is good. I think it's probably a worthwhile display set based on that in particular.
I like those clouds.
Yeah, and then the sort of the whatever it
the-
is, the blast off,
The smoke,
the exhaust.
the
Yeah,
exhaust. There we go. We'll call it that.
there we have it. The exhaust at the bottom is got a cool shape as well. So the representations of all his friends. Prince will be unique. Yeah, all kinds of different faces, different skin tones, different expressions. Lots of different heads in it, which is pretty cool. Of course, you might say, where can I put it? Well, here you have it.
You can put it in your IKEA cabinet.
You can put it in your IKEA cabinet.
It's
The
very
double IKEA
stark.
cabinet.
I don't see any urns. I don't see any bowls. I don't see any ferns.
Yeah, what the heck are these up here? 500 milliliters of something.
Paint.
Looks like some paint maybe, and
Throw
maybe
this
a
in your-
fancy scrapbook.
Right.
Some more fancy scrapbooks, and then the my friend's little thing goes on a separate little separate layer. But it is
Yeah.
very sleek looking ship with a cool posable angle for sure.
Paige loves that it's space and it's not all gravy. Mac Attack suggests that the budget goes all to the unicorn poop and not the ship.
Yeah,
I do wonder the structure of that. With
it
that
is
angle,
a lot of unicorn poop.
it is a lot of unicorn poop.
Yeah, and here are all the faces.
Here are all the faces.
The sea of
And
faces.
Check this out. They all have to wear gloves because we don't have hands that match these colors, at least not in volume. But I think
Well,
this
they're
is
all
important.
astronauts too, or they can all be astronauts, I guess.
Fair.
Uh,
Yeah, I think these are the this is the torso and legs that come with the set.
yeah.
Don't affect see book title. See book title. In the lifestyle shot, is there a title on one of those books?
I don't know.
Because they all looked blank to me.
They all seem secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, I've said this a lot. I would love for them to start changing system sets to fleshies, so that kids can, as studies have proven, builds their self-esteem, see themselves in their play. And as much as they come out with more and more fleshy heads all the time, I know that some people have complained that, like, at first, since they were all like characters in movies, a lot of the darker skinned characters had angry faces because it was an action movie and they were like in the middle of a battle scene or something like that. So like all the characters were angry that were of a different color than white, and that they don't have gloves. I mean, they don't have hands. And so, like, to put them in a sig fig, they have to put gloves on them because they don't have access to the skin color in the hands. So he said, don't even see book title. I still don't get it. Still don't get it, Brick Dad Builds. Oh, you don't even see a book title because there are no titles on any of the books?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what he meant. I don't know.
How many sets would you have to buy to get torsos for all of them? Well, then you'd have a lot of extra heads.
I have this problem.
But that's okay.
True. And they don't all have to go on this torso.
Yeah. There are a couple of interesting face prints in here, and I don't know all of Pharrell's friends. It looks like we've got someone with like a cleft palate, and maybe someone over here with some sort of vitiligo or something, or injury or something. So lots of different, or a birthmark.
Yeah.
What do they call those? A port stain, port wine stain.
I don't know. Port wine stain?
Yeah, I think that's what they call those birthmarks sometimes. I don't know.
I've seen some that look like that. Also, they're all bald. I mean,
it's true. No hair on any of them.
No hair for you guys.
I believe one of the minifigures does have hair, and then Pharrell has a red cap.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's this cap, and many different shades of brown and tan in here. Lots of different faces. So definitely give you a variety of minifigure heads to use. If you are moving over, as Mark suggests, to an all fleshy world, though you won't have enough hands, but
nope,
that's all right.
I really would like to see Lego do more with that, even if it's like just having some sort of extra pack. Like, again, I've gone over this before, where it's just like if I had to buy separate gay characters in an upcharge, might be a little annoying, but at least like have it available on Pick a Brick, somewhere for them to be able to put themselves and people who look like them and in their family into their play. It does promote positive self-esteem when kids can play with characters that they can see themselves in.
Yeah, Brick Dad Builds does confirm port wine birthmark, and I don't know if that's like, a PC term or not. I've just heard it described as such. I don't know anyone with one. Doesn't mean they're not great people. But there you go. So maybe that is correct. But yeah, they kind of got the splotch on that. Some of them I know have it like on like an entire half of their body.
Yeah, this has to stand on its own, right? This isn't leaning against
I think so.
the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's how why they showed that separation of the shadow there.
Yeah, I think you can see the shadow there, and they also have
it'd be really hard
this shot where it's not against anything at all.
Right.
So yeah, I do think it stands on its own, and I think that's really where the display value is on this.
It's very Blacktron.
So yeah, it is. It does have a nice Blacktron.
They certainly need start to have
figures.
Yeah, there's really only one body type, and it's like half the size of a door frame.
The Lego figures themselves are kind of portly accidentally already. So we do have that.
They are very disproportionate to a human.
But they do have, like, when they made Bombar, it says Bomber, the dwarf, they gave him a one-piece head that had like a padded stomach on it. So they've occasionally done something like that, but it's, very specific. And I think his braids like went down around the part that was supposed to be his stomach. So it was a very odd minifig part.
Just keep
To
this
show
in mind.
you have one super fat elf or super fat dwarf.
This is the scale of the people
So-
who live in Lego cities. Is their head is the size of an apple.
Yeah.
And if it was the 1980s, their cars could drive through their front door.
That's because yeah, that is my favorite, is the cars in some of those sets that were the same size as the minifig, and they had the 2x2 windscreen that was a clear a trans clear 2x2 slope.
2x2 slope, yeah.
They're like
This figure goes in this
it's
car.
like
Drive
it's
it
like
around.
a clown car. You like open the door and shrink down to get in.
So you have to be a contortionist to get in there.
Yeah.
Contortionist fire chief.
Yeah, so
A lot of those.
So there you have it. We do have a new set. Like I said, the price to part ratio is a little high on it, and you are going to have to sort of be willing to accept that the model's probably more display than anything else.
I think so.
For most people. Here's a
looks-
nice shot here.
It looks
Let me add
relatively
this.
swishable.
So
I
you
mean,
can clearly see it stands on its own and it's at a angle.
I mean, you can grab it by that unicorn poop and just swish it around.
Yeah. It's very
It's a
colorful. The
positive,
colors
yeah.
the colors are nice together. I think they're done well, and they're all sort of the more pastel-y colors. They're not
Mhm.
like the regular blue, yellow, green. They're all sort of a
Yeah.
shade of that, so they're more desirable colors at least.
I do wonder if that's bright green or some
It's
new
bright,
sort of
It's
green.
bright green, I
It
think.
is bright green. Okay.
But yeah, they don't have any of the boring traditional Lego colors, I guess. They're all some of the newer colors.
hmm
So 966 pieces, $110. So there you have it. Pre-order, it'll ship September 20th. I don't recall when the new movie comes out, but some gifts with purchase, including this, apparently.
Is that a Harry Potter thing?
It is.
It's a flu powder.
Oregon and the Burkus Flu Network.
Aha. What's the character's
Oregon
name?
and Burks.
Oh, gotcha.
Isn't it like a shop of some variety?
So
I think
yeah,
so.
probably. I think it's the one in Nocturne Alley,
Yeah.
where the bad stuff is sold.
You can get that with a purchase of over $130 of Lego Harry Potter. Well, that's exciting. I guess they're really pushing Harry Potter this month.
Lego Team B says, "Oh, we won't do color, but we'll do scale." So Hawkeye has a good question about the
That's the
Pharrell
burrow.
set.
It's all about the burrow.
What is this?
Weasley clock.
Rar?
I don't know.
Is this a
It
gift with
doesn't make any
purchase?
sense at all.
Well, the Weasley clock tells
But
you
it's-
where people are, or like
But
what
none of
state
it's
mind
made
they're
out
in.
of Lego.
That's what I was going to ask. Is any of this Lego?
No,
Then why?
I don't know.
Is it cardboard? What is it?
Well, here. I
No, it's not answering my questions at all.
don't know. I don't know either, but
It's
I'm
that.
confused.
I think it was Nocturne Alley, not Diagon Alley, where Burchets and Blots.
Whatever it
Maybe
was.
I'm wrong. Maybe Vince is right here. It was Nocturne Alley, yes, says Brick Dad Builds. September 1st was a back to school for Harry
And
Potter.
then they have this adorable one with a purchase of 40 or more.
That's
Valid with Lego Harry
cute.
Potter. They really want you to buy
Where?
the UCS Burrow. I don't think they're calling it UCS Burrow, but
It's-
creator expert UCS Burrow
It's
special edition ninja version ultimate chief king Burrow.
Lego Team B suggesting that clock is tin. It's a magnet like the
Okay.
space one. There's
Okay.
a space clock?
Yeah.
What's happening?
You also get
Clock-
2 times points on select Lego Harry Potter.
Ben, apparently this is a thing that has happened. The clock is like the magnetic duck or
Or
shield,
shield.
or apparently space. Well, maybe the shield was space. Why would it be? I don't know.
I don't know
Um,
either.
so real quick, Hawk has a good question. Are there any lifestyle shots for the Pharrell Williams set that indicate if that ship separates from the unicorn poop?
Let's see here. We'll go to new. And it's got to be in here because it was on the front page.
Might be on coming soon.
Usually that's like it's like its own section now, which is
Yeah,
kind
there's
of
only like
crazy.
4 things in it.
Yeah.
Hey, you think we'd have prepared for this?
It's not even in there.
It's there's like it's, 4 things. Hey, I was right.
Yeah, you said 4 things and it's not even one of the things. Okay, so I didn't see anything showing the ship being
Disconnecting.
swooshable. They do have a video here where it
that's
looks
what I
like
was
it's
gonna.
separated.
Let's take a look at that video if you don't mind.
I can push play. Can you hear that at all?
Yes? No.
No.
I heard something.
Does look like it does insert into there, based on that. So you put the landing wheels on, change the heads, make him a spaceman. Yeah, it does look like it comes off.
It's trying to play us the audio because your audio keeps going out, but we're kind of
Okay.
getting
Adults welcome.
a
30
adult
seconds. It just had a nice flowy background. It wasn't anything special. But based on that picture, it looks like it just sits on top. But who knows?
Still can't find it.
So there we have it.
Cool. All right.
You would think they would want to show like one picture of it off, but then you probably wouldn't want to look at the exhaust because it would just be a big long shaft with a probably miscolored knob on the end where the thing slips in.
A shaft of rainbow poop with something hideous at the tip? Yeah, probably.
Yes, that's what I'm suggesting. Yes.
Yeah, I think you're
Mark
correct.
said it, not me. You earlier suggested that you'd have to have an upcharge to buy gay Lego minifigures. I'm like, how can you tell the difference? But
that's my point.
was it?
It's definitely not the same. But
Yeah.
if they're like, do you want the gay Star Wars cast? And there's an or like, here's a bowling alley. If you want the gay employees and tenants, there's an upcharge. Like that's the kind of like, if you don't want them to be yellow, you want them to be gay.
I see.
Makes sense. Yeah, this clock is.
I still have to find out about this clock. Did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I haven't found the other 10 things that the Tainted claim
All
are
right.
a real thing. I think they're punking us here. Punking us. How old am I?
Lego Team B is in the house though. Jesse's Brick Galaxy suggests instead of calling it the UCS Burrow, we can call it the Wolf Mask Shadow Mask Burrow. So there we have it. Brick Dead Build says, I'll have it in Grand Rapids if you'd like to see it.
The 10 clock?
I think it's the space one that he has apparently.
Oh, the space 10 thing. Yeah, sure. I mean,
Brick Dead
I can
Build
tell from the picture.
Does separate, has landing gears. Yes, we did see that. And yes, there were landing gears even in those pictures. The clock is made of tin. That's what everyone's saying.
It's ugly.
Yeah, they're insider rewards, obviously, is where you try to find them.
It's not cute.
Okay.
I don't want it.
Okay.
Do you want it? All right, is it something that you're going to make a purchase for to make sure that you get it?
No.
Okay.
I have 0% interest in a Harry Potter Weasley clock. Do I have any interest in a tin magnetic clock for space or a duck? I'm going to go out on a limb and say I never will.
It has 2 reviews. Let's see what they had to say about it. So there's a 1 4-star review, 1 2-star review. Let's just go to the 2-star review. It says, the clock piece I got did not have the 2 prongs on the bottom to be able to insert it into the bottom stand. It's a magnetic stand part, so it can't be displayed as it's meant to.
Shoot. Well, that's unfortunate.
And the 4-star review says, it took me a while to figure out that you need to slide the magnet on the back to get the prongs lowered. So this person with the 2-star review didn't realize they had to slide the magnet to get the prongs lowered. This is a cute little story. It's a meet cute on Lego.com reviews. If these two people would just speak to each other,
Yeah.
everyone's problems would be solved.
Yeah, I suggested when I finally came out of a bit of my haze
Yeah.
Friday night, I caught a little bit of Jesse's stream for Critical Bricks. I suggested that they stop always trying to fight the monsters in D&D and tried to talk it out once in a while. I was immediately met with a lot of critical reactions and boos.
Like they thought you
even
were
though,
trolling them.
quite honestly, even though it probably would have worked several times in the encounter that they were doing.
Is that true?
Yeah, because ultimately what they had to do was give up a secret to some sort of mind flayer to like succeed. So
Oh.
instead of fighting him, all they had to do was become his bestie.
Well, then wouldn't
So
the mind flayer use that secret to like kill a bunch of people?
we don't know yet. We'll have to find out when Vecna's tail returns, which won't be for a couple of weeks, by the way. Though
Can't-
they'll still be busy doing some other Critical Brixy things.
I mean, can't we assume it's a mind flayer and a whatever else you said, Vecna?
I don't know.
Did you say Vecna?
Vecna is the tail. It's like Tales of Vecna or something exciting like that.
Yeah, before we move on, I think I
Yeah.
should feed the dog. And I'm
Cool.
going to take a bathroom break as well. But she is being clingy. If she didn't want to eat, I'd need a bathroom break anyway. It's
Yeah,
been 60
enough.
minutes since I last went, so I'll mute it and I'll be listening.
Fair enough. Yeah,
But you'll be listening to me.
there are a few of the Lego collectibles that I have picked up over time, like the coins. I didn't mind; they were kind of cute. They also have a few of these magnets. They have a castle magnet. They have a retro space magnet. They've occasionally come up with some mini sets, like the micro Ninjago City Garden ones. Have all been pretty cool. Or the Micro Ninjago City, Mini Docks, Mini Garden, Mini Market. They also had that 40th anniversary Knights Castle set that was micro scale. They've got a bucket hat on here. My older kid, has for some reason been interested in bucket hats lately. So I'm not saying nothing in the Lego collectible series is worthwhile if it's not, on there. I'm just not sure that a tin clock is really what I'm into. I know a lot of people like sort of that old tin toy type collectible idea or figure or look. It's just not me though. I'm really not into it. But the one thing that I have found recently on Lego that a lot of people are into, speaking of Critical Bricks, are the new D&D minifigures. People are trying to get their hands on all 12. It's very cool, as Mark had talked about, that you can get both male and female heads for each of the characters. That is like a playable character in D&D, and they have new parts, new molds, new designs on all of them. And there's several things about CMFs that we're going to talk about tonight. So I do think that that's sort of the other big Lego thing that's out right now that a lot of people have been excited about. I showed several of them last week. I got all 12 at a Walmart in Park Rapids, Minnesota. So if you go there expecting to find a Dragon Paladin tough, I bought them all. But there you are. So let's see here. Brickdad Build says, I'm 3 short of my set. Brickdad, are you trying to scan the QR codes or are you trying to get them some other way? Paige Pritchard said, I just got 36 of them today. So I don't know if you're shooting for 3 full sets or you just bought 36 and you're hoping for the best. Hard to know. But a lot of those figures are very well done for sure. And a couple of them I wasn't expecting to really be giant fans of. And then I ended up liking a particular part of them more than I was expecting. I don't know what the name of the character is. I think I was calling it probably the very, very wrong thing. I was calling it like a elf assassin, but I think it has some other name. But it has a new knife mold, and you actually get 2 of the knife in the build. It has a really nice torso, and it's the only character in the whole thing that has a yellow face, which is only important to the extent that also has yellow ears and hair if you're trying to make like a series of elf warriors for your castle line or something, and you're not interested in converting over to the fleshy lands yet. So that's the other thing that a lot of people are trying to find right now in September. So you're muted again, Mark.
We had a good discussion about this last week. All the apps that are out there. Is there a specific one you're talking about? Because you went in and out a little bit as I was feeding the dog.
No, they're just someone had said they were short 3. So the question really was, are you trying to get them using an app or not? And so BrickDad builds.
Yeah, I heard that part.
Yeah. Crimson, there's lots of different options out there. I was just curious how he's trying to do it right now.
He definitely is a QR scanner.
Yeah. And it could just be that some annoying
like
person like me showed up first and took all the Dragon Paladins before you got there,
Crimson Ghost is using minifig scan.
I think a lot of people are using that one. There's several versions. It's kind of strange how there were 0 and now there's like 6.
Right. Well, because I think that it wasn't necessarily possible before. I
Well,
think it
and
was
part
in
of
the
it
first
too,
wave.
and we'll talk about this later. I don't want to ruin it now. Part of it too is that you weren't capable of scanning them all before, and now you are.
Well, I think in the first
because of something LEGO has done specifically.
Exactly. In the first wave, you could tell by the code what was in there. You could just read the code and see what it was, and then they changed that in Series 2, which pissed people off, and then we started feeling bags for years. And then when they switched from bags to boxes, now they have codes, which is an interesting time to change it.
They had 2 different size QR codes. Now they're all the larger code. But we'll talk about more of this later. Since we're talking a lot of CMFs, Mark, maybe we should just jump into this.
Yeah, I think maybe we should.
CMWTF. So, what do you guys know? You know how Mark and I are. We get a little feisty sometimes. And we end up jumping on Stud Sidious's phone, since he, of course, was at one point tasked with doing some of these fancy lifestyle shots. They still feed him, unfortunately for them, with information. And again, not Stud City, Stud Sidious.
Correct.
We happen to put a piece of hacking software on his phone.
Yeah.
Embedded in a Cherry Vitality Beach picture I sent him.
Correct.
Because he can't help himself. He loves Cherry Vitality Beach. He found one at a thrift shop. I think it was a Goodwill out where he lives. He sent us a picture. We sent him one back with some, with some Trojan horse action in there. Now we're on his phone.
We did that.
And what did we find this time, Mark?
Well, we found, for internal review, a prototype CMF series. This one was called Duck Whisperer. This is top secret focus group data. Yeah, interesting, huh? So this is the first one I found. Ben, tell me, what do you think this series is?
Ew.
Is that an O or an ew? I can't. Or is it a combination of two? It was a hybrid, I think.
I mean, there's a couple of these animals, because they are all animals. They all seem like they're not all aquatic. At least I don't think so. The one on the end sort of looks like an armadillo, but I don't think it is.
I know.
So I don't know exactly what they are. They're like strange animals, like strange sea animals, but they're not all sea animals.
I think they've done this in like individual figures in series, but they've never had an entire series based on it. I think the theme is just animal costumes.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Real quick, Crimson Ghost says, remember the old bump codes?
Yes.
And now he's laughing his ass off. I'm not, because I don't remember them. What was a bump code?
Yeah, so they had on the bottom of the bags a series of raised bumps that you could catch in the light sometimes, and the bump codes would tell you what was in there.
Like it was Braille.
It kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Interesting.
were near impossible to read though. That was bump codes were the start of feel the bag to find out what's in there for me.
Yeah. So I think people get pretty excited about the CMFs that have animal costumes. Like we've had the
Yeah.
bunny and the dinosaur and others. I stopped paying attention to CMFs a long time ago. What animal is this?
You know, it's
Crimson
some
Ghost
sort of.
thinks that they're all constellations.
Oh,
I don't think that's
I
true.
don't think that's true either.
If it
Uh,
is, it's inadvertent.
it looks like some sort of very large crab, like a king crab or something.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
Japanese spider crab, which, as you can see in the scale picture here,
wow,
they are gigantic. So
that is amazing. That's a
Hawk,
real animal.
yes, yeah,
Wow.
by the way, you can catch these in Animal Crossing. They're part of the deep sea diving, and they're worth a lot of bells.
What do you catch
Um,
them with?
your hands apparently.
A cage?
You come up and yes, and like you put it in your pocket, and then you
Oh,
can
of
go out and
course.
you could put it on land, and it's this giant thing that takes up like 2 by 2 squares, and then you put it back in your pocket. There's a lot of things like that. Like you put an entire boat in your pocket in Animal Crossing. It's fun. So I just want to go back real quick because Hawk says that the only one he has a problem with is the middle one. He understands all the other ones, but he doesn't understand the middle one. We'll get to it. So after the Japanese spider crab, what do
Mhm.
you think this?
Well, it kind of. Okay, so I have 1.5 guesses. My first guess, first of all, I'm a little disturbed by the cutout in the center.
So am I. I don't know.
Um,
I don't know why we have that.
and all the tiny little sacks under that. My first thought when seeing that,
I
you know,
also have a problem with this.
yeah, if it had a bunch of spikes, I'd think it was like a puffer fish, but without
Right.
them, it reminds me more of like a
Butterfly.
blobfish. But they usually have like a big nose. They like look like there it is.
You are correct. This is the
Sad
blobfish
panda.
character.
Yeah.
So we have a couple things here. VMAC Attack thinks the thing in the center is a crawdad, which I have a video of Orion and Cheeto meeting a crawdad at the beach.
Interesting.
I'll see if I can pull it up. Oh, we did our MOCs and we didn't do VMAX update on his tree.
Oh, yeah, we
So
gotta get that.
I'll try to remember that. Let me pull up Discord so that I have a better chance. So yeah, gross is right. Yeah, I think that's part of the problem.
Mhm.
And we'll get to that. So what is this? Everyone has a problem with this. We're gonna sit on this for a second.
I actually know what
I want
this
to hear
one
people's
is.
guesses. Do
Yeah,
you?
I do. And why I know
Is it
is
because of what's his face? Neil deGrasse Tyson?
no.
Oh, okay. Then why do you know what this is?
They had one of these in, I believe it was Star Trek Discovery,
Okay.
as part of a. They had captured something that was like a giant one of these, and they were using it to like travel through space or something like that. Paige and VMAC both have it.
Yes, they do.
Um,
It is tardigrade.
yes,
They're also called water bears.
yes, and they caught
like
one
a-
of these in Star Trek Discovery. And they
So
were
I
like basically torturing it to travel through space.
This is what VMAC Dex has to say about the blobfish girl. It's a near wardrobe malfunction, and the later the night goes, it probably becomes an actual wardrobe malfunction. But yeah, it's a tardigrade. Yeah, good call, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay then. So they're microscopic. They can survive in the vacuum of space. They can survive a lot of conditions. They're an amazing little animal. They are like microscopic.
Yeah, well, that was part of the whole idea that they had in Star Trek Discovery is the ship could travel along like a spore network in space or something, and eventually that stopped working, and then they were using like this giant tardigrade to do it. And if I show you my screen here, this is what they had when they captured it in their chamber there. So there's like a giant one. So it's the only reason I know what that thing is. Otherwise, I'd have no idea. So there it is.
It's kind of like when they had to go back in time to get the whale song to satisfy the probe in Star Trek IV, The Journey Home.
Yeah, it's weird stuff like that.
Undiscovered Country, Journey Home.
There you go. So
yeah.
Only reason I know what that is.
Great. We got sidetracked in the middle of a site, and this is just the example. That makes sense, but I like Snailbird better.
I don't know that I get bird from that, but I guess the little claws on the bottom sort of look like talons.
So
like
I love
foot.
I love this comment because apparently us space nerds are busting Brick Dad Builds' chops on Patty Potter, which, by the way, I think next time we do a silly segment, I think we need to delve into the world of Patty Potter.
Okay.
You shut up. It's Patty Potter. All right. So what is this one?
I have no idea. It looks very what's the word? Luminescent, bioluminescent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably like a deep sea creature of some variety, but I have no idea what it is.
Okay. So Ben, you don't pay attention to what I build then, because I built a train that was this character in my Atlantis
No, I don't remember.
mock. Oh, really?
I
It was
remember
the
your
year.
fire ship kind of had similar colors, but
Yeah, but this was the following year when we did the potion shop. It was right next to the potion shop. It was an
okay.
underwater, a beautiful underwater,
Yes,
amazing
it was.
that
Yes.
nobody noticed it. I can pull up a
Yes.
picture of it.
No, I did see it. I remember it.
I know. I'm joking. This is called a nudibranch.
Okay. I would not have guessed that that's what it was.
They're gorgeous. And so the last one,
Yeah, what the heck is this thing?
what is this thing? This is so I went to school for graphic design and I based several projects off of um this animal. If you saw Disney's The Jungle Book, the live action version, you'll know what this is.
I did see
Um
it.
it is one of the damn coolest things in the world. And its scales are all made of what are our fingernails and rhino horns made of? What is that
Yeah.
called?
Uh,
Keratin.
Keratin.
Keratin. So it's scales,
Yeah.
and these are hunted in the Middle East for that. They make armor out of them. They sell keratin for like different things. Um, but the way that the scales grow is a phyllotaxis. So they're just beautiful, and they're actually really cute. I saw a video of a domesticated one playing in mud. It's called a pangolin. Ah, Amy Schultz had it. Yes, these things are amazing. An
An
unkempt beaver,
beaver. Mhm.
perhaps. Unkempt beaver. Just wait till you get an angry letter from Lego demanding how you found out their secret series. Oh, we're gonna blame that directly on Stud
That's Stud
Sidious.
Sidious's problem,
He
yes.
clearly just texted him to us. That's part
Yeah.
of the genius of the code that we put on his phones. It looks like he just texted us this
Mhm.
stuff. We're diabolical that way.
Yep.
So Ben, why was the series Animal Costumes canceled?
Well, in the case of the blobfish, because nobody wants a blobfish ever. The other ones, they all seem very obscure. Like nobody's like, my favorite animal is a blobfish.
Yeah,
That's
or a
kind of what it
Japanese
feels like.
Japanese spider crab. It's
Yeah.
more of a nightmare. It looks like the thing that comes out of the egg pod in Aliens.
Mhm.
Blake as Lego Boy. Blake as Lego Boy is here. I literally thought it said Leg Boy. And Brick Dad Build says that's why he fled the country recently.
He did, yeah. He's out of here.
Yeah, he's out of here. He's gone.
Mhm.
He knows. He we've got it. We got him right where we want him. So the animals were not cuddly enough.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I almost feel a little bit like you could cuddle the pangolin.
Pangolin. Yeah.
The other ones I would not cuddle a blobfish for any amount of money.
Well, since it's made out of fingernails, basically, I don't think I think it'd be hard to cuddle. The sound on
Cute
the
in its own
video.
way, but I don't know.
So they have this really long tail that's prehensile. They can
Okay,
hang from
can
trees
grab
on it.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like possum, porcupine, hedgehog things. They're
Super
amazing.
hybrids.
I believe they're also skunkish as well. They have anal glands.
Eh,
But this thing of it rolling around in the mud and cleaning itself, the sound is visceral
yeah.
because it's all like clack 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 clack. It's
Interesting.
adorable, and I do think I think it's a very very cute animal. I'm curious, what did you find on Studded Sidious's phone?
Well,
I'm very curious.
You think I found things as well, huh?
I do think so.
Well, I did.
Oh, did
So the first one I found
Uh-huh.
was a series that they were calling BWB.
BWB.
Yeah, Top Secret Focus Group Data. And here's the group.
I feel like I'm playing Connections all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm very excited about our audience in particular today. And I'm more excited that you are looking at these and you have no idea who they are.
Pickle, slate, nickel. Are these brickles? They're
Well-
brickles. It's trickle.
They are called Legoland Blockles.
Oh, you sons of bitches.
The first one,
Pickle brickle.
they
Oh wait,
called
no, sorry.
Pickle Suit Guy, because that's what they, call all of these.
I'm so glad Alex Neer, who designed all of the brickles, is here for this. He better
Mhm.
not have gone and taken a bathroom break.
I
Because
hope
who
not.
does that? Who does that
I
during a
hope
live
not.
stream?
Yeah,
he's-
so
Hawk, are you
Pickle Suit
here?
Guy.
Mhm.
The second one was this guy.
Trickle brickle.
Yeah, you're sort of close. This guy's name was Trickle Cloud Suit Guy.
Trickle cloud suit guy.
That's what they called him. I
How
don't know.
How dare they?
How dare they?
It's a cute hat.
What do you think this guy was called?
It's nickel brickle, of course.
Well, you'd think so, but if you look closely, that looks more like a quarter on his chest. So his name was actually 20 cents plus Nickel Man. Yeah, it was very hard to convince the people who were working on this
That they needed a nickel.
that they needed a nickel. Yeah,
I
an
had a bit of
actual
a problem
nickel.
with that this week too. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So 20 cents plus Nickel Man.
He just got back from the
Um,
bathroom. Thank you very much. You're welcome very
You're
much,
welcome. Yes.
Alex Sneer.
How about this guy?
Oh God, this is a fossil.
Fossil. This is the
Fossil
best part.
brickle.
Is that Mark doesn't even know the name of his own mascots. He has to think hard about it.
There's like
but
8 of them.
You did get it right. It's Fossil Man.
Fossil Man. But
Fossil Man. This
Yeah.
last guy, though, what is his name?
I'm. Let me look up my brickles. Let's see if maybe
He has
Alex
to look
knows.
up his own brickles.
I do, unfortunately.
Nickel Man,
They
I'd
have-
buy that for $1.
Cute.
Let's see here.
I say with sincerity.
Lego Hawkeye
Hawkeye
Lego
Lego
Man
Man,
suggests that there are actually 12.
There's more than that too available now. So
Emacs
Nathan,
suggests his name is Crack Man.
Which
Paige
one
Pritchard
is
suggests
this?
maybe it's Speckle Man.
all right, hold on, give me a second. Now you're making me feel all like insecure or
Mhm.
self-conscious. Oh, whoops! And I opened the wrong file name. I
I
can't even
think
get
I
there.
could help you quite a bit on this.
I don't want you to. Hold on.
I knew you didn't.
Okay, so hold on one second. I'm almost there.
I could take a
Mascots.
chicken nugget break right now with how long it's taking Mark to find this one.
I got it. I got it.
Mhm.
Oh no, this is not the one with the names. Go ahead, take a chicken damn nugget break.
I have to put myself on silence so no one has to hear me chew my
Oh, it's
nuggie.
brittle. It's brittle brickle. Brittle. This is the broken brown brittle brown brick. Brittle. Duh. Sorry, I panicked. Live stream brain. Alex is watching. See, he got it.
Brick Dad Build says he looks like Anxiety as a minifigure. You guys totally butchered the name though.
I like
It's
Spackleman.
super strong, definitely not defective or brittle man. You were way off. So it was a good shot, both you and Alex.
This is
but,
it was a problem. It was a problem in Cladno, man.
Yeah, so then CBO after Brickworld garage sale could be what the CBO looks like after the garage sale. He's probably pretty wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
But there he is. So here's the full version again. Same thing. This one got canceled. Didn't get greenlit.
I wonder why.
Why would you suspect it got canceled?
I think they might have received a cease and desist from Brickworld.
A cease and desist from Brickworld, one option.
Yeah.
The actual issue was there was a lack of extreme sports figures. No snowboarder, no mountain bike rider, no skier.
Well, I mean,
no climber.
they could have, like, Trickle could have been surfing. Nickel could have been, flying some sort of supersonic jet.
Yeah, they could have worked on it a little more.
Pickle obviously could have been riding a bike.
You want to know? I think there's actually a second reason.
Oh, what's that?
Well, all 5 of these characters,
Yeah.
were male. There was too much dickle in the blockles.
Too much dickle in the blockles.
Yes.
And so what's nice about the brickles, they're all gender neutral.
Gender neutral. Yep, they missed the mark on this.
They're inanimate bricks, so they don't have genders.
Yeah, and I thought I agree.
They don't do it.
I think they should have had a little more diversity here. Instead, they missed the mark a little bit.
They missed the Alex Neer a bit. I think is
They
what
did. I think Alex crushed
Hmm.
this much more than Lego did when they attempted the Legoland blockles.
I have to agree somewhere near 1,000% with you on that.
Yeah.
So,
Did you find more?
I
Because
did.
I found some more too.
I actually have 3 more.
3 more.
Yeah.
All right.
The one was the example, and then I did 3.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
oh, actually, I need to. I forgot to fill out the slide. Oh, it's doing that thing again where it's telling me that it has a problem showing my. If I show more than one slideshow in a live stream, it gives me this thing here. So y'all talk amongst yourselves while I find this and do it the way I did.
Yeah. Lego Hawkeye Man enjoys the shout out there for the Brickles.
Hell yes, I
How
do
they
too.
defeated the blockles. I'm glad that Mark struggled only a little bit before he figured out what they were, but I do appreciate that he figured out what they were. My favorite by far is definitely this
Brittle.
character, whose
Brittle
name is
is
Super Strong, definitely
amazing.
not defective or brittle man.
I
So
love that.
yeah, I mean, what can you do?
Right.
Now, all the people who joined the live stream specifically to get the leaked and canceled CMFs,
Mhm.
you definitely were not clickbaited in. It was
No, you
clear in
were
the
not.
title that it was that it was clickbait.
Hmm.
But of course, if you like what you're seeing, and why wouldn't you? You can like and subscribe. If you want more canceled CMFs that are maybe not real, you can do that.
Hmm.
All right. So what do we have here?
I like that your code name actually had something to do with the theme itself. BWB was Brickworld Brickles, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
look at me. I'm using my brain.
You nailed it.
Wait till you see how closely my code names are related with the actual subject matter. So this internal review prototype CMF series, it was codenamed Sneaky Pop Tart. It's top secret focus group data. So
Interesting.
who are we? Whoops. Okay, and now there we go. Who are you looking at here? Who are these
Well,
lovely ladies?
Well, unlike, part of the issue with the Dickles,
Yeah,
they were all bras. Now it
yeah.
looks like we have a
They all wear
CMF
bras.
figure that are
Yeah,
all ladies.
yeah, correct.
Let's see here, and we've got a vast selection. They all look
We do.
very historical and baroqueish.
You're correct on historical. Yes.
But I'm not sure I necessarily recognize any of them off the top of my head. We've got someone who
Oops.
looks like they're building a wall. Got someone
Yeah.
who appears to be a musician. We have someone else who appears to be like some sort of weird vampire slayer. I don't know. And a vampire. We have a vampire and a vampire slayer.
You are correct, and you're almost exactly on the nose here. There we go. This was going to be obscure female European historical figures.
Aha.
Yeah. How brushed
obscure?
up are you? How brushed up are you
obscure?
on your obscure female European historical figures, sir?
Well, last week you asked, do I even Star Wars? And I gave myself like an 8, 7.5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would give my scale on an obscure female European historical figures at about a -4.
This will be great then. Who is this?
Well, she appears to be a queen of some variety.
Mm.
She's got her head, so like the only one I know is Anne Boleyn, but she's not obscure.
So we have
So I don't know.
Henry. The guess at first was Henry VIII X's.
All 5 of them could be.
Looks like a Playmobil and Lego collab. That's Interview with a Vampire series, perhaps. We
go.
already know what it is. Is that Queen Isabella? Well, Bill Bartley, channel member, thank you for joining us tonight. You hold that thought, because this isn't, but she might be in there somewhere. So Ben, you've got one guess in the pocket for every other figure you see. This, of course, everyone, is Ada Lovelace.
Oh.
Who is that? Well, let me tell you. Oh, go ahead.
I happen to know the last name Lovelace.
Okay, go for it.
And actually, Ada Lovelace, she was apparently a scientist of some variety.
Yes.
And I know that because NVIDIA, who produces GPUs, names their graphics card series after famous historical scientists. Ada Lovelace was one of them.
And why did they name it? Why do they consider her a scientist?
Well, I'm not sure, but
She's
popular.
so apparently she worked on something called Babbage's machine, and she's been credited as the first female programmer. And she died in 1852.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
So I
cool.
don't know what Babbage's machine was,
Me neither.
but apparently she had a very analytical mind and was good at coding in the 1800s. Who's who's this?
This is a vampire bricklayer who's making a
Hmm.
wall.
Anybody in the chat? We haven't. Do we have 2 guesses for Queen Isabella? Hey, Cooper Copper Kayak is here.
Is he?
Hmm. So any guess on this one? Anybody in the chat? Oh, look at this. Bill Bartley already calling it. Looks like the one with the globe and the crucifix is Isabella the First of Spain. Well, jumping the gun here, sir, but you are correct on that
okay.
one. Has the stream just got educational? I'm disgusted.
Disgusted.
Not intentionally.
Don't worry.
So let me let you guys off the hook. This is Elizabeth Bathory. So if I can tell you the story of Elizabeth Bathory,
I'm excited.
it's very shrouded in mystery. These are the few facts that are actually known. At the end of the 16th, start of the 17th century, she was responsible for the murder and possible torture of young women. So she was discovered and found guilty, and she was walled up as punishment. She has been remembered, possibly erroneously, for bathing in the blood of her victims. She's also the first archetype of a modern vampire.
Oh,
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah, and this was
And-
going to be a CMF series. Can you
Question.
believe that they would put that? Yeah.
Her last name is Bathroy, so she
Bath-
took baths in her enemy's blood.
Yes, and the only thing you messed up there that it's Bathory, not
Oh,
Bathroy.
Bathory. Okay.
Yeah, little
But
little
still
mental
bath.
dyslexia there.
You got a bath in there.
And so that maybe that was part of the rumor.
You're right.
Since
okay.
her name is Bathory, maybe she
Bathory.
bathes in human blood. I
Okay.
think that's what happened. All right, so who's this next one?
Apparently VMAX says this is the chick from LXG. I don't even know what that means, but
Now do I.
let's see here. What can I tell you about this one? This looks like Keira Knightley from Pirates of the Caribbean.
She's boring, so let's just move on with it. It's Anne of Austria.
Okay.
Anne of Austria was born to Philip III of Spain and Margaret of Austria in 1601. She married the 14-year-old Louis the 13th in 1615. Hostilities between Spain and France resumed. Anne found elements at court trying to shut her out, and nevertheless she became regent after Louis's death in 1643, demonstrating political skill in the face of widespread troubles.
I see.
Who's this?
This is concert cellist Barbarina Vandenproff. I have no idea.
Hawk thought that was Queen Amidala.
Could
That was
be.
last week, sir. All right, so this is Artemisia Gentileschi.
Oh, of course.
Everyone knows her. She was an Italian painter following the style pioneered by Caravaggio.
course.
Her vivid and often violent art is frequently overshadowed by the trial of her rapist, during which she was tortured to establish the veracity of her evidence.
Wow, that was a bad choice.
Pretty dark for Lego, right? I mean, we
Very.
want to we want to be educational, and we want it to be like female, important female figures throughout obscure European history. But wow. And as we already
can I go out
know,
on a limb here and say this might be Queen Isabella the First of Spain?
yes, and there's a lot going on with her. Maybe Bill Bartley can tell us. Sorry,
Maybe.
the notification that Matt is home just went off, and usually Orion barks and squeals, but she is zonked out because we went to the beach and the park today. So she was one of the
She saw
dominant
a
queens.
crawdad, apparently.
She certainly did. She was one of the dominant queens of European history, famous for her marriage with Ferdinand, which united Spain, her patronage of world explorers, and more controversially, her role in supporting Catholicism, thus the cross. These are the figures that we pulled from. There's 16, but instead of going through 11 more. So tell me, Ben, why was this series canceled?
It's too European for sure. I feel like maybe this was like done in collaboration with like, the European History Archives or something.
I would say Lego sells in Europe, so I think
That's
this
true.
since this is secret focus group data, what happened?
They've had too many dang Australians on the panel because, we
Australians.
get stuff like this. Lego
Right.
Team B says, has this stream just got educational? I'm disgusted. Australians hate education, as Lego Team B just said, so they were against it.
We didn't need him to tell us that. We know that.
Yep, that's
that
my only guess. What do you
that
got? What's the real reason?
reputation precedes us. It's because the focus group had an uneven percentage of parents whose children attended Duchess Diaries Academy, which is a school whose main educational focus is obscure female European historical figures.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Total miss.
total miss.
Total
Ben,
miss.
did you? Yeah, maybe on my part. Ben, did you find anything else on Stud Sidious's phone?
Well, I did.
Oh, you did?
And-
I'm surprised.
And as as it would be, this series was called the Deutsches Historisches, I guess. I don't know.
That's crazy. I think it's the same one I just put up.
I mean, it's not. Here,
Oh, yikes.
here are the figures that were in this series.
Wow.
And
These are
here,
crazy.
yeah, here's the name of the series:
German hysterical.
German Hysterical Figures.
Oh, I think I know where this is. I think one of them at least is swine flu,
You can think what you want. Who is this guy?
bird flu.
Bird Flu. You nailed it. He looks more like he's like a plague doctor
Yeah.
type figure here. He is absolutely terrifying. Though quite honestly, I would display this minifigure if I had it.
Oh, definitely.
The texture is intense.
So Papa Rex says such texture.
Hmm.
As you said, very intense on the texture part of it.
Yeah.
Yuck.
How about this one?
Hoof and mouth disease.
No. I think you
Mm,
need to focus a little more on this animal, because what is this animal? He has red eyes. What does that mean? He's not happy.
Jesse says
I
he
need
needs
these for
D&D.
D&D.
This is mad cow disease.
Mad cow disease.
Yes,
Mad
good
cow.
call.
Everyone's throwing that up there.
Germs, 4 years on, it's still too soon, Ben. Amy Schultz says mad cow. Bill
Mad
Bartley
cow.
says mad cow. VMAC
Mad
attack.
cow. Mad
Everyone was
cow.
on it but me. I was like hoof and mouth.
Yep. Mad cow
Yeah.
disease. Yep.
The molds on these would be crazy.
They would be.
Paige Pritchard got it.
Mad cow.
So apparently, Ben, I'm going to call it right now. You're much better at this than I am.
No. You mean I just picked the right ones from Stud's phone? How about this one?
This one I'm confused about. I would say
You shouldn't be.
is it rhinovirus?
Yeah, it's the common cold, the rhinovirus.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I was. it's
How
right. It's
sweet would this figure be?
We have two people thinking
Cobb-
COVID cow.
The COVID
It
cow.
would
Okay.
be pretty sweet. It's also, as we discussed earlier, portly.
It is portly. They
Yeah.
did a portly figure.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. But the series, alas, as far as I know, got canceled. In fact, I saw the reason, and I understand what happened.
Yeah.
But of course, yes, rhinovirus. How about this one?
This is swine flu.
Ooh. Papa
Is it
Rex
por-
suggests maybe it's porcupine. It's swine flu. There was a particular variant that was like the pre-COVID fear that everybody had of swine flu. Do you remember what that one was called?
No.
It was called H1N1.
H1N1.
Yeah,
I
the
do remember that term.
H1N1 swine flu. So
I didn't
that's what
realize
this guy is.
H1N1 was swine flu.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is visceral.
He's another portly figure.
Yeah,
and
finally.
he is terrifying. 100%.
Yeah, I hope they use this standard somewhere for more portly minifigures.
I hope so too.
I think several of us want that.
Yeah. Last but not least, this guy.
I really don't know what's happening here.
Let's see if we can get some guesses in the chat. Viewership just suddenly dropped. Apparently, people wanted to see some real figs, but they aren't here.
It actually didn't. Jesse's Brick Galaxy says these were also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bad guys. It's been pretty consistent. Now it did just drop by one. One person has been disgusted by this, but it stayed pretty consistent. I'm surprised we didn't lose any during obscure female European historical figures.
We have some interesting guesses here. I had H1N1. It looks like it's like looking in a mirror. Yeah.
Is this crabs?
Crabs. No, it is not.
Is it COVID?
No.
This is a duck bleeding out of its mouth.
It's a duck. look at his eyes. Oh, it's
Sarah
because
went
Sarah
to-
went to bed. Thanks, Sarah.
Aw.
She got the good news that we said she was right, and she danced off to bed. Look at his eyes.
Sad
They look red and kind of
bloodshot? Itchy?
itchy.
Itchy duck.
Have you ever heard of duck itch?
No.
That's what you get when you are in water, like a lake, and the bacteria from snails, um, what snails eat, gets on your skin and makes you super itchy. Some people
Well,
also call it lake itch. The reason
okay.
they call it duck itch
It's because the
um,
bacteria comes from duck's wings.
is because the
Feathers.
ducks bring it
Yeah.
in, and then
So
where
if
the snails gather, it kicks the stuff up, like under docks and near the shoreline.
that would be a very
So
different figure, VMAC. I also
would
think
be
that maybe this focus group had too many people from Minnesota in it.
maybe.
Well, how else would they come
Maybe
up with this crazy?
yeah,
Who else
maybe
knows
duck itch.
Duckage? Anybody raise your hand in the
So who
Tainted?
knows?
So one of many nerds wants to know, what did I join? We are looking at CMF series that were developed by Lego that were eventually canceled because they they were going in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
What's the wrong direction
is what
here?
you should do.
This is what you should do. You should like
Yeah.
and subscribe for more of what you just joined.
Yeah. Well, once again, the German hysterical figures. The reason that it was canceled was because there was a confusion over the brief.
German historical figures.
Yeah,
I was
the
going to
series
guess
was
that,
supposed
and
to
you
be German historical figures. Also, not enough snowboarders.
not snowboarders. Yes, I could tell that there was a homonym working in this
There was
one.
a total mistake.
Yeah,
I guess whoever got the brief didn't read German very well.
All right.
And someone said, "Oh, that's supposed to be German historical figures." They heard
Yeah.
German hysterical figures,
Yeah.
and this is what we got. So yeah, it was a bit of a missed opportunity.
Yeah, one of many
but there you
nerds is
go.
disturbed. Unfortunately, this is when he's joining is right when we can traumatize him. Right, so don't worry, one of many nerds. I will bore you to tears with this next one, and then we'll get back to funny. So let's see if we can keep our viewership while I do my next one.
All right, let's do it.
this
It goes back up whenever you're on. I don't know. Disco Cactus.
Disco Cactus, yes.
Mhm.
So Ben, who are these people? What's this ragtag group that we see here?
Uh, uh,
Who are these people? Maybe the Tainted know. You seem stumped. Anybody in the
Mm,
Tainted recognize this group? Or are you
I-
not stumped?
There, 2, 3, 4 people I know from this group. The other 2 I am less familiar with. I do know that they are a group or club, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't recall all of their names.
Right. I'm not asking you to come up with their names. I'm saying,
Okay,
what group is this?
this is the Breakfast Club. I
Okay.
noticed Molly Ringwald and
Yes.
Judge Reinhold or whatever his name was. What's
No,
his
Judd
name?
Nelson.
Judd
Judge
Nelson.
Reinhold is a very different person.
Yes, very different person.
Maybe Anthony Michael
Ducky.
Hall.
Yeah,
maybe
Anthony Michael Hall.
Emilio Estevez. Maybe Ali Sheedy.
Ali Sheedy.
So-
Emilio Estevez. I don't remember the principal guy or the janitor that well. I remember them being in there, but I don't
Yes.
remember much about them.
So of course. So let's just
Breakfast
go
Club.
through what the Tainted just went through. So we had Bill Bartley saying Breakfast Club, VMAC Attack saying Breakfast Club, Brick Dad Build saying Breakfast Club, and then Alex Neer saying one looks like Tony Stark.
Yeah, a little bit. The principal.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of a Tony Stark edge to him.
Generationally, I wonder, hey, Hawk, have you seen the Breakfast Club? Yep, Breakfast Club people, crazy looking Lego minifigs.
Yeah, Ali
Lego
Sheedy
Boy,
looks bonkers in this
Yeah,
one.
her hair is not quite that crazy. Neither is Judd Nelson's, by
Yeah.
the way.
His is a
So-
little flowy. It
So
was Molly
Ali-
Ringwald that I first centered on with the red
Oh,
hair,
yeah.
with the pretty and pink-esque looking locks there.
So you came and she's Claire, and you came up with Ducky.
Yep.
Which is his name Ducky in this movie?
It might not be in that one, but they
I
were
think
in
it
like
is in
3
16
movies
Candles.
together, so yeah.
Right. But of course, what's important is that we have the criminal,
The criminal,
the princess,
the princess.
Anybody
nerd?
anyone? No, I thought so too, but it's not.
Okay.
Anybody in the if anybody in the chat can beat me to it, I'm going through the last three:
The
the
geek,
brain,
the brain. Okay.
the athlete,
The
and
athlete.
what was Ali Sheedy?
Oh, she was like the drama goth girl. I don't know what they're gonna call her.
The basket
The
case.
basket case.
Yeah. How dare you, principal, whoever, tell us, ask you to write us an essay on who we are, because we found that we are who you see us. Each one of us is equally a criminal, a princess, a brain, blah blah blah. So
Yes.
so why would they cancel this? People love this movie.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I think, boy, I don't know. They wanted to do Ferris Bueller instead. I have no idea.
Yeah. So Blake as Lego Boy is has not seen the movie. Oh, so
I
Hawk knew
knew
it
they existed.
existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Popular, posh, outcast, rebel. Yeah. Yeah, they all had
Yeah.
names. And then in that letter, they all say, what they are. The
That's-
jock,
Well, and that
the
yes,
criminal.
thank you. And
Yeah.
yeah, the criminal, the princess,
The
the brain, the
princess.
jock, and the basket case. That's
Yeah.
that's exactly where that came from.
Yep.
So I'll tell you right now, the reason that they didn't produce this collectible minifigure series is there just weren't enough characters.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess I see that.
The movie
That's-
doesn't have a lot of extras,
No.
let alone secondary characters in it.
And that's kind of part of the point, is that they're at the school alone for this detention series. And then, of course, the whole idea is, you have your preconceived notions about who they are,
Yeah.
but there's maybe more to them than you think. And
Yeah.
that theme has only been repeated in every single Nickelodeon and Disney series since, in at least 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. And probably Star Wars Skeleton Crew, let's be honest, that's what's happening with that.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
They say it's going to be Stranger Things in Star Wars, but it's going to be Breakfast Club.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
All right, did you find anything else on Stud's phone?
I did. This one was called MOCs. I don't know if you know where this one's going.
I have a feeling that it's going somewhere till the Blockleverse, which way back in the day on Eurobricks was the Block universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my guess. I don't know if anyone remembers the Block universe.
No, he's talking crazy talk here. This is, of course,
Oh my
Star
god.
Wars villains.
Okay.
Here they are. Now you might say, Ben, we already know all these characters.
We
but don't
do.
worry. Don't
Do you want me to-
worry.
Do you want me to name them?
I would. Let's see. Let's go through them. First, we have
Darth Sock.
Darth Sock, of course.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
Second, we have
Inquisitor Croc.
Inquisitor Croc.
Yes.
Yep. Third, we have
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yes.
Nailed it. Fourth, we have
Maestro Bach.
Maestro Bach.
Yeah.
And last, we have
Bach.
Bach. You nailed them all.
Nailed it.
Now, very quickly, why was this series canceled?
I don't know, because I want all of these. Probably because they would have to pay you.
You want all of these. Hold that thought. You
Yeah.
want all of them.
But they would have to pay you royalties.
No, I don't think so. VMAX says I'd buy these. One of many nerds says I would love these. Brick Dead Build says OMG, it never ends. Angel says because only Ben likes them.
That's a lie. I at least
That's
like
not-
them as well.
That's not true. No, the real reason
Lies. Yeah.
is because you can get more money if they're exclusive figures in expensive sets, right? And so
They're better than the Fives figure.
yeah, I happened to find, because I knew we'd go right through that, the sets that these figures were going to be exclusives for.
I'm so excited. I'm going to mute myself for 1 second, so I really need to blow my nose.
So, of course, I'm going to bring up the leaked set image, and you're going to have to tell me which figure is going to be the exclusive with this set.
No. Why am I ending this segment? You're so much better at this than I am. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I was born ready for this. I'm so
All right,
excited.
here we go. here's our first Star Wars vehicle. It'll first after it'll tell you the name. Then you can guess maybe who goes with it, unless you already think you
I'll
know.
tell you what. I think it's Darth Sock's laundry hamper 1.
You're close. It was called the Stank Tank. And
It's
yes,
Darth Sock.
this is Darth Sock's
He's so cute.
ship. Yep.
We could make that figure, by the way. I just got to talk to our friends over at K-Town Brick. This may be the exclusive figure for Brickworld
Darth Sock.
2025. Darth Sock.
Yes. This
Yes,
next one I
the
think's a little.
Stank
This next one I think's a little more obscure. But do you remember this from the Star Wars universe?
I don't.
Okay. Can you put together anything that's going on here?
I would say it's the Death Chomp with Inquisitor Croc.
That's an okay guess,
It's okay. Oh, thank you. I feel
but
much
it is
better about
not
myself.
correct.
Yeah. Okay.
If I told you the name, it's called Bite Dance Station.
Bite Dance Station?
Yeah, that's like a disco ball with teeth, apparently.
Oh.
So Bite Dance Station.
Maestro Bach?
No. Let's see if anyone in the chat can nail this here.
Bite Dance.
Bite Dance
I'm trying to
Station.
think of who else. What are my options?
Oh man.
We have TikTok. We have Bach. Inquisitor Croc. Bite Dance. I would say Inquisitor Croc. Perhaps. I thought Maestro Bach as well. And I'm wrong apparently.
Bach. No.
This is the anti-Jedi Bob. I burped into the microphone. I apologize.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I will tell you, Bite Dance, of course, is the parent company for a popular app that's been threatened to be banned in the United States because of its ties to China.
Oh, wow.
So Bite Dance Station.
So it's ties to China.
TikTok.
Okay.
So TikTok, your popular app, threatened in the U.S. to be shut down. And in fact, I'm seeing political ads right now about people saying, "Don't ban TikTok. I've made my living off TikTok."
Oh.
So TikTok, Bite Dance Station.
Wow, that's deep.
Deep. This next one, not so deep.
Have
any idea what this thing is?
That's a Y-wing with
Timtok. Close.
Bull on front.
Bull, you say?
What is wrong with me? A buffalo?
Well, I mean, only morons call them buffaloes. They should be bison in North America.
Bison. Okay, sorry.
But this is
bison.
oftentimes incorrectly referred to as a buffalo. So the name of this ship is the Buffwing. So who would fly the Buffwing?
I don't know, dude. I'm so lost in this.
Can you think of a logo out there that involves a buffalo and a wing?
Yeah, BW3.
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings. What does that have to do with any of the
any of the characters related to Buffalo Wild Wings in some way?
I'm lost. TikTok Inquisitor Croc might try to eat them. Bach.
There it is.
Did you guys see the steam coming out of my headphones?
He's flying the Buffwing. There he is. So that's
like
Inquisitor Croc. Amy says chicken.
Bach. The call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah, they're firing on all cylinders here.
All right, I think
now I will say there are 2 left, so I didn't want to make it too easy. So I'm putting them both up at once.
I've had a lot of difficulty with the first 3. So
yeah.
Well, not the first one. The last 2 I've kind of like almost killed myself trying to think of. So let's see.
I mean, Bite Dance was apparently too deep for you guys, but that's okay.
I'm gonna easily say. Wait, I'm sorry. Are we looking at 2 different ships?
We are, and remember, of course,
Inquisitor Croc on the left.
This is me. So.
Right.
What are the names of the ships? Let's see if we can start with that. I'll tell you now. Their names are Crocodile Tears.
Right.
and Symphony of Pain.
So I think you're gonna mess with me, but I was gonna guess that Inquisitor Croc was on the left and Maestro Bach was on the right.
Mhm.
But if it's you, Symphony of Pain has to do with like being killed by a gator in by a crocodile in the Florida Keys, and then Crocodile Tears and Maestro Bach. Um, what's the movie about Bach? It's called
VMAX says maybe the one on the right could be called the Casio Cruiser.
Casio Cruiser. I like that.
I like it.
Immortal Beloved. So that doesn't make any sense with Crocodile Tears. I'm gonna just lock in my guess that Crocodile Tears is Inquisitor Croc and Symphony of I think it's a trap, but Symphony of Pain is Maestro Box.
Why would I bother trapping you? You nailed it. Inquisitor Croc flies around in the Crocodile Tears, and Symphony of
makes
Pain, of
sense.
course, is Maestro Bach.
Wow, so that's why it's no longer a CMF series.
Yeah.
They developed these sets that we'll see on the shelves probably like these are October 1st releases, I think.
November. Yeah, maybe they're January 1. I think you got to spend that holiday cash on these for sure.
Why is this not the Crocbot?
I don't know. How did I end up with 57 slides? That's a real question.
Crocodile Rock. I didn't even come with that many. Yeah, this is science, you guys.
It's science. Yeah.
Blake as Lego Boy says hello. Hi. Oh yeah, hi. They're greeting each other, and I pulled it up because I saw a new comment.
Yeah. So
I love them when
would
Tainted
it be
talk to each
fair to say that if this series hadn't, if it wasn't for the
Oh.
Lego sets, they very much intend to sell off these, that people would have been lined up out the door for the CMF figures for sure.
These must have been. These must be being prepared for Black Friday sets.
100%. I mean, Knock Knock didn't even make it in.
Which is weird.
I know.
Very surprised by that.
Mark Mock,
yeah.
Captain Block, they're all out. So who knows? Maybe they'll generate a different one. They're not as popular as Darth Sock and Inquisitor Croc, of course.
Yeah, I think we got the best ones for sure.
Yeah. Did you find any additional ones?
Funny enough, you should ask. I do have one final one.
All right. What do we got?
So this one was called the Valkyrie Vault. And so let's just take a
Valkyrie
look. It was this. What do you see here?
A couple of these are confusing.
Are they?
Yes. Is that Iron Man? Yeah, that's the one I'm focused on. And then the one next to it sort of gives me a Poison Ivy vibe. But the other three, I'm less confident on.
Are you?
Yeah.
I think you're on the right track. So this series was Halloween costumes for kids with parents that didn't understand the request.
Okay. All right. Iron Man. There we go. Didn't understand. Poison Ivy. All right. Jesus Galaxy. Let's see here.
Let's give the Tainted a chance on this one. I can see this. And by the way, a couple of these are like because
Space Jesus.
Because of what we went through last week with the with all the vegetables that you were showing me. I was like, I can't tell. So we've got the guesses here are the Revengeancers, Space Jesus, Milky Way. Yeah, well.
Oh yes. Brick Dead build, Star-Lord for sure.
Nailed it.
Okay, this girl looks sad.
Yeah, because she asked for one costume and she got another.
Well, it's like she's like a princess or a queen, and those look like daisies.
This is the hard part. This is where I had the trouble last week with the vegetables.
Oh.
Yeah.
So far, they've all been Marvel. So Queen Amidala's not a.
He just keeps saying that. He said it like 15
I know.
times.
Let's see. A vegetable or a particular flower. Princess Daisy, but it's Queen something. But are any of these Marvel? And you didn't specifically say they were Marvel. Queen
did
Tulip.
not. They're just
I don't know
costumes.
who Queen Tulip is.
Costumes that their parents misunderstood.
Yeah. Queen Vine. Right, he's just throwing things out there at this point. Duchess something. Princess Jasmine. That's Jasmine. I would never have guessed that.
We need some sort of botanist to figure out what our artist came up with.
That's
the Lego artist. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why that girl is disappointed. Okay, this guy looks like he has a halo. So he's like, Halo pilot, Halo Master Chief, Angel, Halo Trooper. Okay. So there we go.
So I've got the group shot, but I found some other ones.
Oh. Let's see here. Princess Cake Princess, Sweet something.
The Tainted should be able to get this one.
Come on, Tainted. Help me out on
No
this
offense
one.
to you, Ben. I know how you saw me freak out.
Strawberry shortcake. Yes, we nailed it.
Yeah. All right. So what's the next costume that the parents didn't understand?
That kid was upset too. Okay, this is a teacup. Electricity. Electricity. Tea. Electric.
Drop the word electric.
Tea. I don't know.
Who'd she ask to be? And her parents came around and said, "Here, this is that." And she was like, "No." Look how disappointed she is.
She's very disappointed.
Tainted. Who is this?
Who is this?
Let's give him a good 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's gonna take a minute. I'm gonna need a nugget in the meantime.
Good call. And think back to last week. We talked a bit about some of the Jedi that were killed in Order 66.
Oh, I know who it is.
Who is
Shock T.
It is
There
Shock
we
T.
Yes, the Jedi, the Shock T. Well, he's got a bit of a codpiece. I would say this is low key.
You got it.
There you go.
You got it. So Ben, why was this canceled?
Because not only were the parents disappointing their children, but now the minifigures were as well.
That's a very succinct way to put it. The focus group was inundated with dumb parents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Totally missed it. Hawkeye did get low key, no surprise there. He's a big Marvel guy.
Yeah, so did Friday Night Bricks.
Low key. T Sparks? It's T Sparks.
We got close.
Release off of Wish. No, Hawkeye.
No.
They were not. No.
Yeah,
they
they're
were all
off
off of
Stud's
Stud's phone.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So there we have it. That's our insane Lego leaks news.
Yeah, that was pretty insane.
Insane Lego leaks. All these undeveloped CMF lines.
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about next? Well,
do some close calls. Hey,
it's time for some close calls.
If you got close call and rant left, I need another bathroom break because it's been another 60 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find something.
A song?
No, unfortunately.
In the meantime, actually, let's go ahead and do that because Paige Pritchard, our new member, requested this.
Larry's castle stood so tall, we all sat in awe. Think outside the blocks gave a round of applause. Proud and inspired, Larry showed the grand hall. Physics took over, we all watched the grand fall. Bricks fail, crashing dreams to the ground. In that moment, silence was the only except for Mark screaming, no, 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 no. Troy was grabbing a beer, hey, what happened, bro?
I pulled a moto.
No, you didn't.
I did. under the castle. So dragons live here, right?
Oh my god, yes.
Level 1 dungeons. We got kitchens. This is a double high. This is the grand hall.
No, 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 no.
Like the grand hall.
I believe everything happens for a reason, and maybe this reason is for you to rebuild it better, bigger and better.
Shut up, Troy. My castle just fell. There's only 6 weeks to go. I'm in a full hell. Bricks fail.
All right.
It's true. Lego leaks and Mark leaks. Crimson Ghost says, too bad they got canceled. Some were really cool. Some were viscerally disturbing,
That's
like
true.
the German historical figures.
And the blobfish. Ugh.
The blobfish.
Ugh.
Why was there the cutout in the middle of her torso?
I know. That was,
Oh my god.
oh man. All right.
Well,
Well, close call time.
yeah.
We talked about it a little bit at the start of the show. It is football season. Not everyone's into it. However, there are some things about football I think we can all agree about.
I can see your
and-
slides.
Here's my first question.
Yeah.
What is the lamer NFL team name? I don't want to get into anything else about the team itself. I just want to know. Stupider name, the Packers, who are named after their first sponsor, the Acme Packing Company,
Yeah.
or the Cleveland Browns, named
Acme.
after Acme
So freaking
Packer Company, I think so.
Wile E. Coyote came to them.
Something like that. Or the Browns, named after Paul Brown, their first coach. So which name is stupider? Just
Browns.
plain stupider.
The Browns, because like I always thought, like I didn't realize that Acme Packers
Yeah,
named the
something
Green
like
Bay.
that, yeah.
And so maybe now I am leaning more towards the Packers, who I already hate. But I was already going to lean away from whatever else you said
Mhm.
because it's a very Midwest blue collar job to have.
It is.
And it seems like something that would happen here in the Midwest. So I really think it.
I mean, factory workers is kind of a crappy name, but at least it's, representative of a blue collar man, like the Steelers or people working a
Yeah.
steel mill.
Regardless of the reason that because I think it's a better reason because I didn't realize that the Green Bay Packers were a corporate sponsor.
Mhm.
That's a little gross. Although we have corporate sponsors, the Browns, I had
It's
no idea why. And when you just said that, I was like, great. That's actually a better reason to name a team. But what a terrible name.
Yeah. He's an
lame-
Ohio sports legend. And actually
Yeah.
the Bengals play at Paul Brown Stadium. So
I like the Bengals a lot.
there's lots of history to this guy, but you get stuck. And again, I just said the name, but you get stuck with this being your logo. You're the Browns, and you have an orange football
helmet. Yes.
as your logo.
Yeah, and there's so many negative connotations with like the color brown. Just like
Yeah.
when you think of it, I just think of like, well, that's why I have so many bottles of toilet cleaner in the house. See, we come full circle.
We're back to toilet humor. But yeah, and I guess, and Cleveland also had a baseball team
Yeah.
with an offensive
Oops.
name, so maybe they need to watch themselves a little more.
Well, and like an
Uh,
offensive name, but like a
The logo,
hideously offensive
yeah,
logo.
the logo was worse. But it's still pretty terrible. So I think everyone's kind of leaning towards the old Browns here, though. Except Crimson Ghost says, "I'm next to an Ohio girl. She says Steelers. Of course she does. The Steelers and the Browns hate each other, but that's all right. But the Browns have the doghouse, though. Well, that's not their official name. They're not the Bulldogs. They're not
Nope.
anything else. They're just the Browns.
Cleveland Doghouse would be a baller name.
Yeah. Or the Dog Pound or the Dog Anything. I take any of that over the Browns. All right. So we'll get the football talk out of the way. Face tattoos. Okay for the right person, or never. Now I've gone with some that are more subtle. Maybe I hate to say tasteful because I'm in the never camp, but Drake, for example, here just has his mom's initials tattooed
Where?
under his left eye.
I have never noticed that.
And apparently Cardi B has the word wave, which is her son's name, tattooed in red on her cheek.
And I like
Those
those.
are,
I like both of those actually. So I would say for the right person.
yeah, those are, all right. And then Amanda Bynes only has one, but it's right under her eye and it's
Right
terribly
under-
done.
And it's in like the gang tier area.
Yeah.
So
and then
Amy
we've got
Schultz,
then we
we gotta
got
vote
Jelly
for
Roll
never.
and Post
Yeah.
Malone and
No.
and then Aaron
No.
Carter. Aaron Carter's the, why did you do that to yourself land as well.
You guys should meet a family member of mine.
Mm-hmm. Never just know unless it's for your homies, apparently. So I don't know. You have a family member with a face tattoo?
He's a tattoo artist.
Okay.
So he has many.
Okay.
It fits his personality.
Yeah.
But his eyebrows are words.
Oh. Good words, bad words, medium words?
I can't read them.
Ah. Okay. Did he do them himself? So he can only read them in the mirror when he's looking at it when he was putting them in?
Funny enough, I have not asked, but I doubt he did them himself.
Yeah. All right.
Just logistically, I'd be very impressed if he did.
Yeah. Well,
but also, yeah, I mean that's his business. That's what he does for a living. So yeah, tattoo
represent.
every inch of your body
If you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, you do you, I guess.
You do you, baby.
Is
Yeah.
the theory a lot of people would have.
Yeah.
I guess I struggle to think any of them are tasteful, but maybe you don't care.
I think well
You know what I mean?
in this in this collage, Drake and Cardi B are very tasteful. So I don't know if I would say that if I saw them alone without the other four.
Yeah.
When you're a Batman villain, yes.
Yeah, it's for the
Totally
right
acceptable.
person.
For the
So
right person.
What
That's
I'm
a vote
hearing
for the right
is-
person.
Yeah, the right person might be the wrong person.
Well, depending on what side you're on.
Yeah. You told me that Enoch was a good guy when we were doing bad guys ending in Ock once.
I didn't know.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's bring it back to Lego because this was the CMF episode. So I have to ask, QR codes on CMF boxes. Did Lego do this because it loves its fans? Or Admiral Akbar, is it
It's
a
a trap.
Are they getting us happy with them so that when they yank them off, we have less room to complain?
I think the suggestion earlier that it made sense was the less room to not less room to complain, but that they were ripping boxes open in the aisles at department stores. So they had to have some way to kind of like, but what a roundabout way to make it happen is like put a random QR code and then have some third party figure it out and build an app, some of which charge money.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
All seems like a racket.
That could be Lego's ultimate goal is that no one could read the little QR codes, only the big ones. Maybe they'll be like, oh, we're going to start putting the little ones on there.
No.
You can read them, but only with the Lego app that costs you $1.99 a month, or the Bricklink app, because, we're technically not Lego, we're Bricklink. Uh-oh.
He's surfaced.
I am sorry, Stud, for our misdeed. You have been a wonderful source of highly controvertible information, highly controversial information. We're not going to give any of it back to you.
No.
But yes, Admiral Akbar, the Cherry Vitality Beach set was a trap. It's incontrovertible that it's controversial, and we're not giving it back to you.
Yeah. True.
Look at me wordsmithing there. That's the weave, like Donald Trump says he does.
Yes, that was a
All
very
right.
good weave.
Yeah. So
Um,
Brick Dad Build says it's not because they love their fans.
yeah,
It's to avoid product damage, as Marcus
I'm,
suggested.
I'm also somebody said it earlier when we were talking about it. Probably Brick Dad Builds. I am also envisioning a world where people just learn if it's too small for the phone to read, which I don't think there's such a thing as a QR code that it's too small for a phone to read because like the resolution has
Yeah.
gotten
I
really
don't know
good.
if it's too small so much as they just couldn't solve what they had done with them. But yeah,
There are people out there, especially in our community, who would memorize the pattern
there are for
and
sure.
be able to see it and then post it like this pattern is this pattern is this pattern is this. So you don't even need a reader. If you put something on this, remember the bumps? We just talked about the bumps,
Yeah.
the
Well,
bump codes.
there's some nefarious people with these boxes too that'll like slice them open and take stuff out and put new stuff in and glue the boxes back shut. I've experienced that. They used to do that with the feeling with the bags too, but of course, if you felt them, you'd be like, "Why are there bricks in here instead of minifig parts or plates or pennies or whatever they'd put in there?"
Or a live gerbil.
Yeah, so I mean, it's still not like tamper proof. And I guess my question is, are the people who are ripping these open, also, do they have an app that tells them what's in there? I don't
Ooh,
know. That's a good
I
question.
like amount of lost sales definitely contributed to the change. Those ripped boxes were sent back, nothing else they could do with them. No resale value in retail. Or people not buying them because they couldn't get what they wanted, so they buy them on the secondary market on Bricklink or at shows. Also, put your finger over the barcode so the camera doesn't get confused. Yes.
Yes, 100%. You got to do that.
Mhm.
And they've got Brick Dad Build says size doesn't matter. Well, that's what Z's spouse says, so I've accepted it. She's always
What
right.
Matt says.
Yep. So the whole thing is,
Confessions on Think Outside the Box.
all we were talking about was, I think this is a sample of the smaller of the barcode styles or the QR code styles.
Let me see if I can hit this with my phone right now.
Yeah, and the phones couldn't read the smaller ones, but obviously something could because they were putting them on there. So Lego was able to read them. We didn't crack it. That doesn't mean in time we couldn't have, but they had both a small and a large one, which was sort of like a transition-y idea, I guess. But I don't know if it was market research or what it was. But that was really my question was, they've done this. It's not really a fan service.
Yeah.
So some people may have taken it that way. They've kind of got their own motives. And are they
Yeah.
going to come to some point where they do take it away because they've got some other idea or system for selling these
Yeah.
that no longer, relies on people being able to read the barcodes?
I can confirm my phone cannot read
That one from
the
this?
screen image of this smaller QR code. So size apparently does matter. Every set I find ripped open, I make or discount them.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. They should. At Walmart, any damaged box was sent back automatically. They would ship them back to the distribution, or they were thrown away completely. It's called what do they call it? They call it Revo or something like that at Best Buy. Heartbreaking to think all those cool parts in the trash. Yeah, we can talk about stuff being thrown in the trash. Working at Legoland, it's funny because QR codes began just as an internal retail tool for inventory. Now they're used in marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they work great. That's why.
They do.
Why don't they just say on the box what's in there? It's like
They make, because undoubtedly they make more money selling them as mystery packs.
that's how collectibles work.
Thank you. That is the exact reason they are not selling the Star Wars villains CMF figure we showed earlier. Is they said, hey, we did a focus group. We learned people want these figures so bad that we can sell them in a $40 set and make more money than selling 8 of them in a CMF type situation for that figure. People will still buy these,
Tell me if you knew exactly what obscure European female historical figure was in the CMF pack that you would buy multiple if you already had the ones that you wanted.
Yeah, probably not.
Come on, VMAC. You got to think. You got to think for the marketing team perspective.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it goes.
Kind of. Yep. Anything else in close calls here?
I only had 3 today.
I don't have any myself,
Well,
so
that's
we can
cool.
certainly move on if you want to rate it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so Brick Dad Builds, I tried to focus on it, and it just wouldn't read it as anything.
Okay. I mean,
Mm.
the picture itself, it's taken off the internet. Who knows? It could have, maybe Mark was tricking all of you, or maybe Stud Sidious again, and there
The
was some sort of
nefarious
malware in that
Stud Sidious.
thing, and he scanned it again, and now we're gonna get even more downloads. Who knows? Okay, I do have a rant. I did
There's
not.
So VMAC, just real quick, there's a balance because like most of the public, like if you're not AFOLs, probably don't know this. Like maybe some percentage of like parents whose kids are into this will look it up and like do the research and find out. But I think they're trying to strike a balance. Like I said, yes, more money, but some like me just like the mystery. Some people exactly do. I've never felt up a package of CMFs. I've never scanned the codes. I've never read the codes the way they did in Series 1. It really does just suck how they changed the packages. Well, it's for the environment. Made it more fun to feel them up for parts. And that's not what he said, but that's what I say. People always want Star Wars CMFs, but the licensing fee is so high, it doesn't fit the CMF profit. And by the way, it's a really high margin. It has to be on these minifigures they're selling for CMFs. The price has been jacked. It wasn't the initial series. Granted, it was like 20 some odd years ago, $1.99.
$2. Yep.
Same as you can, by the way, it's the same price you can get a month for a membership at Think Outside the Blocks.
Well,
You
that's
can
amazing.
join us as a member for $1.99 a month and still have money left over in your budget for the current price of CMFs. People are, yeah, we already read that one. Sorry.
Still like and subscribe though, even if you just want to do that.
Thank you. I got lost for a moment in things
all right.
to click.
Yeah. Well, okay, what do we have left? Well, we of course do have Close Call, and then next show let's talk a little next show quick, like just because I know next week it sounds like I might be solo for some or all of it, depending on how it goes for Grand Rapids.
Or you can
Anything
find a
else
guest host.
Well, I might. Anything else you want to say about Grand Rapids before we move to Can't Stop Me Now?
I would say I've said a lot on it during the stream, but if you guys want to know anything more about it, you can always go to brickworld.com, click on shows and locations, click on Grand Rapids. It's our only 3-day expo. We got a lot of exciting events happening this year with the VIP night and the garage sale. Oh, I'm sorry, it's called Brickworld Marketplace now, because Matt Husband did not like the term garage sale. Actually, he didn't like the term rummage sale, but that's what people who go to events are used to. So I was like Brickworld Expo and rummage sale, and he's like, don't call it that. So we're doing it for the first time at an expo. We've got 2 hours at the end of Saturday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can come in and buy for our invited only sellers. You can't just walk in and sell. You've got to contact us first, and we'll invite you if we like you. But we're trying it for the first time, and the public will be invited to come in and buy. And it's just a $5 fee to come in and buy and see what's going on at the Brickworld Marketplace. Or if you want to sell and you want to talk to us and we invite you, it's $15 for a table, which is higher than Chicago. But Grand Rapids charges us a lot more for tables than Chicago does. So that's why that's happening. In Chicago, we give it to charity. In Grand Rapids, we can't do that because they charge us a lot of money for tables. Anyway, yeah, check out Grand Rapids. Check out our Instagram for coupon codes. There's 3 nights. There's 3 different ticket tiers. Check us out on Eventbrite. Search Brickworld. Check out our socials. Brickworld at Brickworld on Instagram. Brickworld events on Facebook and also TikTok. I don't know. I don't know what our handles are. They should all just be Brickworld. But there's masonry companies that had our names on a couple of the socials before we were able to get them. Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah. But Grand Rapids, I know Nate Boverhoff is super excited. Paige Pritchard will be there. Ben's Creations will be there. I'm excited. It's our second year there. It's during an event called Art Prize. So if you're into amateur art, if you're into artworks, they're going to be there's a huge art walk in the city. Art Prize is the largest amateur artist competition in the country, and they just spread the artwork all over the city's pedestrian walk. So it's a very safe place to go view art. You'll be out in public and you'll have access to all the places on the street without having to walk on the street. That's what the pedestrian walk is there. And you can go to Brickworld as well. So come to Grand Rapids next weekend and check out a lot of really great events and support your favorite brand, Brickworld. Hey, Stud, look at your
My
cool
favorite
shirt.
brand.
Thank
That
you.
is a
Mine as
cool
well.
shirt for sure.
Love it.
Okay. Before we rant, question.
Yes.
I'm gonna admit I brought in a ringer this week.
Mara's here. Your
Your
MVP.
We've got a video that I didn't finish editing, but I got enough done that we can play it.
Okay.
What I want to know is, do you want to lead up to Mara, or do you want to close out the show with your rant?
I would rather go before Mara
Okay.
because we know she's the queen.
Yeah. I can't deny that.
Right.
So here we go. Let me share my screen. Let's get the timer up, and then let's get some music going. I know it's going to come out a little loud, so I'm going to start it and turn it down a bit.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I already turned the volume down.
That was nice of you. That's pretty good. All right, here we go. And set. There's not even a start. Okay, ready, go.
All right. Lego Shop at Home. Pick a Brick. If that is your real name, listen up. If I get on Pick a Brick to order some pieces for a project I'm working on, maybe you have like a little clippy, like the Microsoft Word paperclip that would tell you what you were doing and ask you if you need suggestions while you were working. Maybe you have some little sort of blockle down in the corner, some little character that warns you, hey, I think you just ordered these pieces. Because I knew I had ordered some of these pieces and I needed more to make the pagoda roof. But I was just like, oh, there's some cool plant pieces. I need some dark blue pieces. But couldn't you tell me I had a lot of these pieces before I did this? What sort of monster have you turned into me? Who am I? I'm disgusted with myself. This showed up in the mail and I was like, I know I wanted all these pieces. How much did I spend on this? Over $300. Don't you want to stop us from doing this to ourselves and not make as much money, Lego?
Yeah. What are you doing to yourself, Lego?
You've
Don't
turned
you
me
want to
into
make
a-
less money?
Yes, because my self-esteem, I see myself as a monster, but I do have a window open right now on Pick a Brick.
Yeah.
And I think several of these pieces are in there.
How aggravating is it that the parts aren't well sorted? You just
They-
get that. It's
they
like,
used
good luck.
There at least used to be like a couple bags of like some of the parts were separated. Like
Yeah.
early on, it was like a majority of them were separated. Now they're just like good fucking luck. Not only did you buy pieces you don't need and you literally just ordered, now they're all like, now it's just a new sorting project for you. Now, now when you you ordered these pieces because you wanted to build faster. Well, now you have to sort out all this shit first before you can even get started.
Yeah.
Unless you want to just dump it on the floor or dump it out on a build table, which there's not a lot of space in this basement anymore on my build tables to dump out a bag this size. Maybe you can find a sorting container. Like all of my sorting containers aren't already filled with bricks that already need to be sorted.
That
I
aren't
can dump
sorted.
this into one of them.
Yeah.
But then I'd have that many more bricks to sort at one time to find what I just ordered. And there's only like 2 pieces in here that I didn't actually already have. I'm a monster. They've turned me into an absolute effing monster. And I can't wait to get in
CZ
here.
Spouse is not just me.
There's like 5 pieces in here I actually don't think exist anywhere in the basement. But it's going to take me, I think, at least a fortnight to figure it out. I don't even know how long a fortnight is.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna. Is it really?
Yeah.
A fortnight is 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Just going back to the original Latin. Yeah, I got it.
Wow.
Makes perfect sense. Perfect sense.
All right. Well,
Yeah, well.
rant time. So
Hey, we
I was
got
down
12
here.
comments.
hey, we didn't. People were, they were talking to each other. They weren't talking to us. So today I was down here finally getting a little bit of Lego work done when I
Yeah.
was, not in my fever dream or anything else the last couple days with my sinus infection. I was working on some CMF digging in Stud's phone. So I came down here to build a little today. While I was down here, my darling daughter came down. I happened to have Fox's Game of the Week up down here as I was
Yeah.
playing.
Do you have Red
And-
Zone, by the way?
No.
Oh my God, Red Zone's so
Is it the
cool.
best?
Oh my God.
But as
Get
it
Red Zone.
turns
Worth
out,
it. Yeah.
the Fox Game of the Week was Tom Brady's debut, but but more excitingly, it was Dallas at Cleveland. And after Mara came down and saw what was going on, she had something to say, in particular, about one of the teams. So let's see what my daughter Mara said right here.
Mara, you just learned something crazy.
I did.
The Cleveland Browns are named after their coach, and their alternate logo is this, an elf named Brownie. Tell me what you think about Brownie the elf.
Fingers that are throwing out are very creepy. Like, what even is that? It's different than the other hand. These, like, all spread out like this, and then the other hand is like this, which I'm fine with the other hand, but like, well, that one looks kind of like, it's like that, but like upside down, like, but this way, like doing this, but it's with this hand and it's here. But anyway, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And really, Brownie, like, where does that come from? Like, it's weird. Like, is it a brownie shaped as an elf, or is it an elf named Brown? And where's the rest of the football? Is it behind its arm, but it's black behind there, and his arm is like behind there, and it's really weird. And then
Your time.
But
Go.
anyway, and then like, if he's an elf, most elves are green. I mean, there's only like Christmas elves, but still, like, what? And does he have more hair? Is he just wearing something like, or how? Like, is he a baby because he has like no like hair anywhere? And what is he doing? Is he like, no, don't look at me with his hand, like, no, don't look at me like celebrities do in movies? Or it's like, what? And it's just like, what kind of outfit is that? It's like the belt like Santa Claus, but then the outfit is like, I don't know. I'm not even sure. And then the shoes, I can see a dog out of those shoes. The nose, and then the smile, and then he has like spots, and he has an eye, and then I don't see, and then he has a tiny ear. Crazy. Like, what the? In this image, what is that? What is that tiny thing? I don't even know.
This part right here.
Yeah.
I think that's a person standing on the field. As you can see their shadow.
Well, why would you do that in the middle of a picture? Like, what the heck, dude? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
No.
Alright, thank you,
And
Mara.
why isn't he named? And his costume should be brown if he's Brownie the elf.
Thank
It
you.
more seems like he's orangey the elf.
Orangey the elf. Terrible. Alright, thanks, Mara. Lamucci.
You?
Love you too.
Yeah, dude.
See you, dude.
So there we have it. It should have been Orangey the elf. Can't fight
Best.
with her.
Best.
You saw-
I agree.
Yeah, you saw where I ran out of time to finish editing the video. Maybe we'll finish it up a little more later, but I couldn't hold back on it
Yeah.
because it was so perfect for kickoff. And she was spitting fire as usual. What's up with Brownie's weird hands?
I know.
Why isn't he wearing
Don't look
green?
the don't look at me thing. Like they're trying to put him. They're obviously trying to put him in the Heisman
Yeah, the stiff arm Heisman
position.
Yeah, but his hands are freaking creepy.
Yes, and it
Yeah.
does look. He's like, no pictures, please.
No pictures, please.
No, she's a very bright girl. I could see her
Yeah.
working on logos someday because I have this sort of problem with pictures. She picked up every part of that and more. The shoe that looks like a dog.
Mhm.
Come on, that was
And is this elf a baby? Why does he only have one tuft of hair? Good question.
I want to go back a bit before we
question.
sign off for the night because we've had some great comments here that we've
Oh,
missed.
good.
So Crimson Ghost said they could use sustainable packaging that you could feel up. Let's find the balance. Studsidia says, "Man, I haven't heard the word rummage in a long time. It's such a cool word. I got the model for being able to do this at Brickworld shows potentially in the future from a rummage sale that happened next to us at Milwaukee." And I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
rummage sale. People know what it means. People know what it means in the Midwest for sure. There's one that happens next to us at Fort Wayne, which is also, and they're all rummage sales seems to be the term for like if you've got like um, children and family things that need to be reused. So if you're a new mother, new parent, a new father, um, and like you need a crib and you need like a bassinet, you need a diaper shelf, a diaper keeper, all this sort of stuff. Like people have these that are used and they'll take them to these rummage sales and be like, you can have this for $5 freaking. I bought it for 50.
Get out of
We
my
just want
house.
to get it out of my house.
Yep.
It's a garage sale type model, but rummage was, and that's what Matt thought growing up in St. Louis. He's like, that's where grandma would go to get all of her Afghans. And I was like, that's a very visceral, very visceral description of a rummage sale. I do want to bring this one up. Um, uh, it was this one. Still confused about the garage sale. He said garbage, but I know he meant garage. As displayers, we can bring sets to put up for sale. Yes. If you're displaying at the show, you can bring sets, pieces, minifigures, Lego accoutrement, your grandmother's Afghans to sell at the garage at the Brickworld Marketplace.
Darth Sock.
At Darth Sock, Saturday evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And we'll put up more details because we need to know how many tables to rent. So we have a form that we're going to put up. However, our IT guy was at BrickCon. So we're going to get that up as soon as possible. Brick Dad Builds, looking forward to seeing everyone there. Crimson Ghost said, I was cracking his wife up tonight. Good. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Hawk is going to be there. Dawn has an entry in Lego Art Prize, Lego entry in Art Prize.
Nice.
She'll be setting that up Friday night. Everyone, please go check out Art Prize. It is free for the public to go and roam around the city and see all the art installations. Please check out Dawn's. She's worked on it for a year. She's very proud of it. She has a little reception with a group that's supporting her on Friday evening. Is Chicago the city where they put the cows everywhere around the city as an exhibition? Yes, it is. They did that in the early 2000s. I think some of them are still there, and they've done other things since then. We've painted the storm drainage caps in the streets as well. Yes, thank you, Amy Schultz, for knowing. Sorry, I know there's a lot in here. So Sted says, and this isn't one of the more, I know we're trying to like close this up. Says he's lazy at ordering parts, so can't sit ordering from several vendors. It would be a dream to get everything in one spot. I agree, and that's what Lego Pick-a-Brick is trying to become. And they're kind of nailing it since they are basically offering every piece that's been produced for over 6 months. Let's see. I wish I could do that. I have trays that are like really thin plastic, and so they pop out. I don't know. You said they were just talking to each other, and they weren't. You lied. You lied to me. Yes.
I said a lot of them are talking to each other. Yes.
Stud says that his phone is a very dangerous place. Now that we've hacked it, we've got a lot of danger in our scream. What? Amy Schultz wants that Brown's logo to be. She says more orange than brown. Orange GT Elf. I love this comment. I don't know if you saw it come up during the rant. Pompadour mullet is illegal in 47 countries apparently.
Anything goes in Cleveland though.
Good to have the statistics. So the Redskins should have renamed the team the Skins, as in football, pigskin, because the fans already dressed as pigs. Instead, they became what are they? I thought they were the Nationals.
The Commanders.
Commanders.
Yes, they did. They did go 2 years or whatever as the Washington football team. I thought they should have just kept that because it was so stupid.
I just called them the football team.
Yeah.
Washington, the football teams. Garbage sale would be weird. All right, I've lost my ability to scroll. There we have it. Afghan, yeah, my grandma knitted those. All right, so let me check these, make sure that we have anything that are.
I think VMAC had an error here, but I think he was trying to say
garbage sales.
Garbage sales are where you go to sell all the stuff you got at garage sales. That's what he was trying to say.
Is
but I
that
don't know.
still invite only? I have Lego themed stuff I've made that I can sell. So it's invite only unless you're displaying at the show, which you are, and you're also staff. So you
think you're
get a
fine,
table for
Paige.
free. I don't know
Yeah.
how much. I guess maybe. I think I think I try to over explain things. The offensive part of the name is Washington. Yeah,
Well.
so there we are.
Both halves were offensive, but their play is offensive too, so it's okay.
Yeah,
it's all offensive.
it is.
Well,
what
okay,
it
so
is.
next week,
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes here. I'll be here unless I get another, sinus infection or my power goes out or any of the other 15 horrible things that have seemed to happen to me over the last couple of weeks happen again.
Yeah. I think maybe when at 8 p.m. because I'll be in Eastern time zone, I'll just start the live stream just in case you drop out.
Yeah.
Which I apparently just did because all I see is a circle on my screen.
No, I can still see you.
Oh, I'm back. Okay.
Okay, it's weird.
Yeah.
With the time I've been showing up lately, the other thing is you'll schedule it for the wrong time anyway, because you always do that when you're in the wrong time zone. So
I should schedule it before I leave.
Probably.
Or
I think that'll be safe or safer.
Or try to do time zones math before I leave. You all saw me during that. That was weird then.
That always seems confusing. Yeah, you didn't freeze at all. We see you, they say.
Fascinating.
Yep.
All right.
And Ghost says, see you soon. Can't wait. We are stoked for this weekend.
Me too.
Well, I have a question for you, Mark. Would you say that in the CMWTF series that we had there, the Lego made some bad calls, that maybe they made some mistakes in not bringing up some of those minifigs for sale?
I wouldn't say that actually, because what I would say is that there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. And I learned that from our good friend Bob Ross.
Yes, that is exactly what we should do and what we should remember. What do we got to close us out this week, Mark?
I have a song that I wrote for last week's show.
Okay.
That needs to be cleaned up a bit with the video, but I've written 2 more versions of it this week. And we'll see videos eventually when we have the appropriate episodes for them. But I'm obsessed with this new song that I wrote last week. However, I will say, Ben, you know what was stuck in my head the entire week was my walk-up song.
Okay.
It's probably the best song we have. It's it's the best song to dance to. But here in the meantime, and Ben, just to warn you, it ends abruptly-ish. So we may be needing to wave goodbye to everybody because the end stream, of course, takes a couple seconds. But honestly, my new favorite song is this.
There's a Luke, a Leia, a Han, and a Chewie, Stormtroopers, Rancor, Boba Fett, and Yuakui. Obi-Wan, Tornaker, C-3PO, come on. Do you even Star Wars, bro? 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 Do you even Star Wars, bro?